We
Alright,
got
hello, welcome
three
to the
blessed trebuchets.
first old match covering just some basic battlefield tactics instead of any specific factions, because we've basically gone all of them now. Just need to
Yeah,
wait
or
for the
what not to do.
Beastmen DLC, and then we'll be going over Beastmen and Lizardmen again.
Yeah.
But here we are with
Well,
a replay between the High Elves and Dark Elves versus the Ted and Chaos.
yeah.
Ted forgetting about Spearmen already. Amazing.
You left them on the hill. It's a nice scenic area.
He did not leave them there.
my-
They are in the default goddamn formation.
Yeah, he just left them right there.
But I guess I should explain my army first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, knowing what this map is and knowing that there's this like impassable ditch, as well, I set up my Chaos Warriors to pretty much act as a big block in the trees in the way. So even if he had cavalry, he couldn't just cycle charge through the trees into them with mirror guard. So I have 5 units of warriors effectively. The Swords of Chaos with Archaon are well. I decided I wanted to bring Swords of Chaos really.
Yeah,
honestly.
they give a Guardian to Archaeons. That's a nice
Yeah,
little handy
that's
buff
the
they give.
other. Yep, and Apocalyptic Charge for the whole map.
For the whole area, yeah. Which does also affect
But-
your allies, so especially with
Yes.
paired with Britonia, it's
So
really helpful.
Britonia, yeah. But also I have 3 Horse Masters behind to act as support, and finally the Hell Cannon, which happens to be behind a bunch of trees. Which
Yeah, those
does
trees might help the situation, or they might hinder it depending on how it fires.
well, no, it fires directly up and over.
Fires
so.
just straight over them, so and then that'd be a pretty good block against these things then.
Yes, which yeah. Remember, if you've got mortars or anything with an arcing fire, you could protect yourself with trees.
Yeah, use tree lines or use any sort of hill. Just anything to block the shots that can't use, like cannon shots or bolt thrower shots. Bolt throwers tend to be a bit harder to avoid because they have a bit of an arc, but straight firing weapons like warp lightnings or cannons can be easily dodged.
But they only have a slight arc, so they can still get blocked pretty easily by trees and hills if you
position them well enough or further enough back.
Yeah.
Looking at Ted's army, looking ever so slightly different, except for he still has Albrecht, he still has a Lice Damsel, he's still paired 2 fast units with Albrecht. Of course, he's gone with 3 blessed field trebuchets, I seem to remember that.
Yep.
In the back, we have, in the front even, 4 men-at-arms, 4 peasant archers. I think 2 of them have pox arrows and 2 are the normal variant. And he's got 2 spearmen at arms in the back and 2 spearmen at arms all the way back here for some reason.
Who are just trailing behind.
Just trailing in the back. They only just showed up. They're a bit late.
Yeah, Bill was taking his shit in the trees.
Yeah,
like,
so the entire
come on, Bill.
180 of them had to wait.
I am predicting a trebuchet sniping going on here.
And that is 3 trebuchets, and we have on the High Elf and Dark Elf side, the side of the elves, 2 Cold One Knights. In the back here, some more cavalry, the Fireborn and some Dragon Princes, along with Tyrion. Very similar to Albrecht and the 2 Grail Knights.
Yeah.
Dread Spears, 2 Blackheart Corsairs, a Reaper Bolt Thrower, a Charybdis. Don't usually see these about too often, so nice to see one of those for a change.
It is anti-large though, which I think that's thinking.
Yeah, that's its selling point really. It has a single unit of Shades. That's strange, only just 1 unit, but there it is. 1 unit of Hargoneth Executioners, Morathi, flying up in the air. The High Elf basic army over here has got a Lord Master of Hoeth, Sword Masters of Hoeth, 2 Spearmen, 2 Archers, White Lions of Trace, Rangers. Strange here that it has his anti-infantry in the back line and his anti-large in the front. Normally it's the reverse, but we'll see how that plays out, if that works out for him or not. Because of course hounds do count as infantry, so technically speaking these get a bonus against hounds. And an equal bolt thrower in the centre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, let's play this through then. So starting off, a lot of the artillery is in range. Of course, here the prime target to be hitting. Are you going after the Eagle Force?
I went for the Eagle Thrower to see how well the cannon will hit them.
Yeah, how much damage it'll do.
Yeah, but I think like after the first or second shot, I was like, well, that's a waste of ammunition, and just switch targets.
Well, you did kill the entire back crew of one of them.
Yeah, but it didn't kill the weapon.
The Solar Damnation does get extra ammo, I think.
Yeah, it does, and also it's got its special thing that allows it to fire faster and do more damage.
Yeah, but I think that's its longest thing.
Also, the Dark Elves make a pretty bad mistake running their horses up.
Their bolt thrower there will get just
immediately destroyed.
On a 1-on-1, the bolt thrower will probably win because there's 3 trebuchets. That's just going to outmatch it really easily.
Yeah, in this case, Ted's massed artillery has worked in his favor and just obliterated. And also, they you see Marathi trying to fly around, and I think their plan is to waste ammunition, which is not great because if you don't have healing, you won't be able to heal it back up, and
Nah,
Marathi
Marathi
does
does
not have armor.
yeah, she doesn't have the armor to perfect against it really, or any
Yeah,
shielding or anything like that. Typically, when
like,
you want to be trying to waste the enemy ammo, you want a small target with a shield and as much missile resistance as possible.
like Archaon or something.
Yeah, something like that, or armor as well. If you're doing depending what kind of missile you're trying to waste.
Yeah, if it's just basic missiles, non-armor piercing. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Sanchez is asking, Ted is infamous for being a mad lad, isn't he?
Yeah, look at him go with his same strategy.
Also, the other problem is, Cav and trees, and also Marathi is still getting shot at, and he's wasted like a quarter of the ammo, which is
But
fine.
that's a pretty decent damage on Marathi. Like, we can look at the value on some of these peasant archers. They're already that one's already paid for itself nearly, just from doing damage to like Marathi and
just
the
shooting at Marathi. Oh yeah, I started throwing fireballs at the Reaper, at the bolt throwers,
trying to shut it down. Yeah.
This is the big difference. Like Archaon taking all this archer fire, and
yeah, you can see how, because of how clumped up elf formations are, things like the Soul of Damnation can do a serious amount of damage to them. That's half of the archer's health gone with one hit.
I think he was sitting back and keeping his swordmasters out of range, so I didn't shoot at it. Yeah.
A big old push from the cavalry of the elves over here, trying to counteract, trying to go against the overwhelm the Grail Knight and Albrecht.
Yep.
Marathi getting peppered with arrows here. Actually,
Marathi goes for the trebuchet, and this is effectively threw away their lord.
Yeah, that was a very grave mistake. When you see 4 archers like this, you don't really want to be getting your lord anywhere near them until they're shut down.
Especially if they're flying, because they're such a big target.
Especially when they have no missile resistance as well, and like 40 armor.
That too. Oh yeah, he started shooting the Hell Cannon with archers.
Yeah, Hell Cannon's very hard to shut down, because unlike most artillery crews, they don't run. Don't know why they don't run.
They're unbreakable.
Yeah, I don't know why they're unbreakable though. Like, get that dwarves.
Because Chaos Dwarves just don't
run.
Also, Flaming Head took out a ton of archers there.
Yeah, good amount of damage. Also, it's still going as well when I hit these white lines. I don't know. It might stop just short.
Maybe.
Ooh, yeah, it's grazed them a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, those Swordmasters do not survive. And then I threw in my Swords of Chaos and Archaon to just kind of beat the crap out of stuff.
Yeah, there they are with 85 melee defense, so that could be taking a lot of damage for a while. Hell Cannon's still going despite being shot at by the bolt thrower
multiple times. Yeah, and that's the other thing. He's wasted pretty much all of his bolt thrower's ammunition has been. Oh yeah, this.
Oh, it's just Trident and Banana. Oh dear, that's. It hit a bit of half and half, but it's hit a bit of the.
If the High Elf player didn't notice that, he probably would have wiped all the Dragon Princes. Yeah, and then this is where. It goes from bad to worse for Ted.
Ted's lines kind of just falling through.
What happened, Ted?
If you just go for all we had was in just the peasants in the front line, and there was just so much infantry there. And because all this cav was over here, they couldn't really do anything about it.
And also, again, his cav is in the trees, meaning it can't move as fast. It's not as
strong. But that's the same for their cav. But here he's fighting spearmen for some reason over in the trees.
Yeah. Because the spears came with the Cold One Riders.
Yeah, you might want to try and I suppose it's hard for he's cramming himself in the corner here. But the bonus here is Albrecht is actually providing, because he does have his item, bonus. So he's providing all his buff to everything in range, which definitely helps.
But I feel that would have been probably a better choice to those 2 spearmen that was sitting in the back on the hill. If they were moved to just block off the right side, it would have allowed him, because there's a big open area behind his army.
Yeah.
Where
he didn't. Well, those spearmen on the right. If they had put those in the trees, maybe to support his cav, that would be helpful.
Yeah, or just to block it off and keep them from coming through there.
The spearmen would have traded better.
Yeah, Hell Cannon finally died.
Yeah, because they don't get debuffed in the forest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's my Chaos Warriors chasing some unit that I forgot about. Killed White Lines Trace. Yeah. Also, Horsemasters I just threw javelins into the Harganeth Executioners and killed them.
Yeah, they don't come with a shield, unlike Swordmasters with their deflections.
Yeah,
but even though it's not much of it's only a bronze shield, so throwing is just fine against them.
Where the Swordmasters of Hoeth have mastered blades so well that they
can
become an
deflect
enemy
arrows and bullets.
Yeah.
Deflect cannon shot.
But just
ting it off.
That's the count.
A unit
Yeah,
of Chaos Warriors all the way over here. That one definitely chased quite far.
Yeah, they pretty. I forgot that they were on them, and
Yeah,
I think I
sometimes leaving
realized
things
turn
to
them
chase.
around and just run after the archers.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
But in this case, like the archers are shooting at a unit that isn't going to really do anything.
Yeah, they do have
anytime
100
soon.
armor and silver shields, so if they turn around, they're basically going to take like no damage from those.
Yeah, I think I get them to turn around at some point, but yeah, you can just ignore them.
Yeah,
Yeah, sword masters are death. Argonist.
Tyrion's still going.
And
I think has Tyrion brought his healing item? If so, he'll
I
be hitting it very soon.
think so. Yeah.
He's not quite at 20%. When he hits 20%, his item that heals him almost up to full.
Yeah, and then I also look and I saw that there's 2 pretty much full health dragon princes. Like, what happened to Ed?
Yeah, what happened to Ed? Why are they still running around?
They be
there they
kicking. Yeah, they're behind. Yeah, poor bastards. But I got horse masters that will just pelt javelins at them.
Yeah, just keep pelting. You don't need to engage them, just keep pelting.
Yeah.
Every little bit of damage helps.
Because, again, most of the high elf infantry was killed without even needing to use my horse masters, so I had a ton of ammo to throw at them.
Although, to Ted's credit, I think he did take out the Cold One Riders wherever they are.
Oh yeah, he did. But also Cold One Riders are bad, usually.
Yeah,
so.
well, half decent, but
Yeah.
get destroyed, so.
Also, I still have lots of my Chaos Warriors still kicking.
Tyrion's
Oh yeah.
again is
Now
healing
my
soon.
Chaos Warriors are chasing the archers.
Oh yeah, yeah, there they are, after the archers. Oh, there you go, Tyrion got his heal, we missed it there.
Yeah. Oh, the pop and then...
Pretty sure you can get it twice as well, can't you? Can you get it twice? Or can you get it
No, you can't.
It's only the one time.
It's a one-time
Yeah, it's a
thing.
one-time thing. You can tell because in the top right corner of the ability, it's got just a one-time.
Yeah.
It would also be disgusting.
yes.
if
Ooh,
full
Fireball
twice.
just got
I
eaten
threw
by
the-
a blessed
okay.
field trebuchet.
Yeah, I threw the fireball, and even though Ted's army was dead, he was still impeding my ability to kill something. But the other thing here that's a real problem for the high elves is the fact that Dragon Princes don't have armor piercing. Meaning all these Chaos Warriors, unless he's like cycle charging the crap out of them, he can't kill them.
No, they're gonna die real slowly.
Yeah, they're gonna die real slowly, and especially with the Mirror Guard still kicking with perfect vigor, that's a problem.
This is also the situation where Archeon not having flaming attacks is helping him out, because if he did, then these Dragon Princes would be a lot harder to deal with.
Yeah, the Swords of Chaos, I realize.
Yeah, the Sword of Chaos aren't going to deal too much to these because of their
Yeah,
flames.
I pretty much kept sending them after the Shades because that's pretty much the only thing they're going to be useful for, because they can't fight the Dragon Princes.
No, yeah, especially with this matchup.
Oh, yeah. They're finally breaking, though. Yeah, oh yeah, more archers shooting at Chaos Warriors and doing nothing.
Sitting around. It's just a lot of... It tends to be when you go for the Chaos Warrior front line, you just have a lot of slow, heavily armoured men just chasing after archers for a long old time.
Alright, get over
Come
here.
back. You're almost out of ammo. Turn around.
Just
Turn
die
off skirmish
already.
mode. Come on.
Yeah, but as you see, the Horse Masters are able to just pick away at these...
Yeah, slowly whittle them down. It is basically just down to this sort of blob from the high
And again, if our Chaos catches them, they die anyways, because he still has all of his health, he has Slayer of Kings,
yeah, Archeon
and
should be able
a little bit of
to
magic.
stop all of them.
Yeah, we could probably hit fast forward at this point, because there's nothing the High Elf really can do at this point. Because once I kill the Shades, that goes... Oh yeah, I threw a fireball at Tyrion.
Does Tyrion have how much fire resistance to Tyrion?
He does,
I think
he
it's
has
only
like
oh, it's 45%. 45%, so
yeah,
not
so...
hugely effective.
I was like, hold on a second, why didn't he take any damage? And then it's like, Ted was
fire
like, oh
resistance.
yeah, he's got fire resistance. It's like, what?
Although that does get reduced when you cast the fireball a little bit, so it's down to like 22%. So.
Yeah. But yeah, and especially with someone like Archeon, even the Fireborn can't deal with him because...
Yeah, look at this point, he's got 108 melee defense here, so...
Yeah. Standard die with Cascading Flame Cloak.
He hasn't even got Slayer of Kings popped yet.
Yep. And I think, yeah, I start throwing the Horse Masters into the Shades just to tie them up. Oh yeah, Ted's bowmen are still here, still on the
Ted's
field.
bowman's still going, yeah, right at the end.
Yeah.
He had credit.
Yeah, he was still there till the end.
He had swordsman at the end as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we can look at the values.
The values.
All of my guys got a lot of kills.
Yeah, a lot of value for Archeon there. From throwing
Yeah,
down on
almost
just about everyone.
3,000.
Not much from the Chaos Warriors, none of them, apart from the...
Well,
even the Mirror Guard didn't pay for
well,
themselves. But
yeah,
they
but
didn't have
they
much ready to
also-
fight, to be fair.
But also, they still had all their health. That's the key thing.
Good value from two of the Horse Masters. I think this one got caught out at some point.
Yeah, it got caught by the Dragon Princes.
Soul of Damnation paying for itself.
Yep.
Ted's army looking Ted, fake Ted.
It's looking a
But you
little
can just see the
barren.
value here from the peasant archers, just pretty much
Yeah.
exclusively from firing at Morathi and
Just shooting at
all the
Morathi and
perfect
whatever.
targets. Grail
Yeah.
Knights all did
And
their worth fighting in the forest.
yeah, they
Trebuchet
killed.
not so much.
I think what happened also is that the High Elf player realized the were Grail Guardians and pulled all of his knights out because he didn't want to fight Ted's knights.
Very good value from the Fireborn there.
Yeah, because
And
they
from the
just
Bolt Thrower. I think it just that value is exclusively from killing the Hell Cannon.
yeah from killing the Hell Cannon, which is meaningless because the Hell Cannon still got
Yeah, it's still got most of its shots off.
Yeah.
It is weird how you can still get a lot of value just from killing the crew, even if the artillery's like long exceeded its usefulness. Good value from the shades. Yeah, it looks like the Cold War Knights died pretty quick there, whatever they're fighting.
They
didn't notice much from the Cryptus. I mean, we were looking at the left side, I think, when it died. So.
Yeah, Cold One Knights have really bad melee stats, so they tend not to be very good against. Oh, yeah. Next is the tournament match between me and Ted, the first match that we fought. Are you ready, Willow?
I have watched this one last night with Psycho.
Another
It's
Ted replay.
very interesting.
Yes.
A lot of them are Ted replays.
A lot of them are Ted replays.
only this one and the other tournament match is.
You know, this Ted army don't look half bad actually.
How
good
so?
For him. I mean, Hexways can be pretty good against greenskins.
Yeah.
Also, their Car Warriors can also be pretty good against greenskins.
Yeah. But also I had Edbutt.
Edbutt.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how he's positioning his stuff.
Also, I did do a bit of a mistake here. Because funny thing, if your lord is on the move, and you cast a spell and it's within range, he doesn't change movement or stop to cast the spell.
No.
But if he's out of range, he'll move there and then not follow his previous command. He'll just stand there.
He'll just go and stand there after he's finished. So you need to do it. You can only really cast when he's in range if you want him to continue doing his orders.
Yeah. It's a very unfortunate case of events.
Oh, a very nice tinge to this map.
Yeah.
What have you got here? You've got your army here, so go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so I've got 2 units of Black Orcs, one of them is the Crimson Killers, with Azag, with Spirit Leech, and I think not Doom and Darkness.
Soulblight.
Soulblight,
both
because...
of his items.
Yes, and both his items, and then also a Shaman with Edbutt and, Art Armor. And
yeah, applying the buffs. He's got Edbutt on him there.
Yeah, just Edbutt. Just Edbutt. Because if he has Nagat, because the thing is, an Edbutt will wipe out an entire unit of Hex Wraiths.
If it's blobbed up correctly, which it is Ted, so.
Yeah. Funny thing about that, anyways.
We'll see.
Front line of just 4 goblins, and then some Spider Riders with the Mangy Marauders.
Yeah, everyone this
and
side,
3 units of Black Orc Boar Boy Biggins.
One of which is the ROR, the Broken Tusk mob.
With a Black Orc boss.
Yeah, they'll give immunity psychology because these don't have an immunity psychology like the ROR do. I think the Broken Tusk. No, the Broken Tusk don't even have it. They have encouraged.
Yeah, and also the fact that he also encourages and also gives a melee bonus with his item.
Yeah, his brass cleaver, I think, isn't it?
Yes, the brass. Yeah, and then +9 melee attack, which is something the Boar Boy Biggins really do need.
Yeah, because almost all of their melee attack is in just their anti-large.
Yeah, and banking on their charge bonus, which isn't very big to begin with.
Looking at the Tomb King army, we have 2 Skeleton Horse Archers. Pretty good at counter firing against the Greenskin Cav because they have more range, but you have to make full use of it first. 2 Hexface. Their terror causing, their magical damage can negate the physical resistance of some of the Greenskin units, and also they should prove pretty good against the Black Orcs, assuming they don't get Edbutted out of existence. Their Akara Warriors, pretty decent at killing. I think they beat Orc Boys. Pretty sure they beat Orc Boys. The only thing they really need to worry about is like Black Orcs. Apart from that, they trade fairly well into it. Ushabti Great Bow are good at sniping trolls and such. Hexface also do pretty good against trolls because of their terror causing and their fire damage. A Tomb Prince on foot. Just this was a bit of an anti-large anchor piece. He also has both his items, I think, or just the one item. Blade of the Setep even, which can like reduce the melee, physical resistance and armor of the which you know you can focus that. You can drop that on something and then fire at it with
Yeah.
your Scepter Great Bow to do extra damage. And then there's also Arcan over here with way too many
In
spells.
Arc in the Black with all the spells. He has Doom
Fate
of
of Yuna.
Darkness, Fate of
Doom of
Yuna. Fate of
Darkness.
Yuna?
Yeah.
Why didn't he use that on my Black Orc or the Crimson Killers
Or
once he
with
saw
Broken
him?
Tusk Mob.
Yeah.
Well, never. Yeah, again, Fate of Yuna not that great. Because
Fate
of his
of-
items though. Nagash.
Yeah, the only reason you'd bring Fate of Yuna is if you wanted to like delete a singular unit from the battlefield that needs to die.
Yeah. Which it's quite expensive even for that purpose.
Yeah, even like if you can something like Crimson Killers, it might be worth it. But
Or like
other
the
than that,
Broken Tusk Mob. Something with high
yeah,
mana
Broken
models.
Tusk Mob, lots very high value models, and
But yeah, we can see over here, skirmish going
Yeah.
on. I believe the Hex Race might be able to catch. No, they're not quite. But depending on how things move, like if they get over here.
so I didn't realize for some reason Azeg stopped here after I
You
used
stopped.
Spirit Leech.
Yeah, because you cast the Spirit Leech because you had to go into range, I assume.
Yeah, and then I forgot that he did not move.
He just stood there, menacingly,
Just, just standing there menacingly.
just cheering it on.
May as well
Okay.
give her a lawn chair and a fucking bag of popcorn to watch this shit show.
And then Ted redirects his Hex Race into Azeg.
Yeah, as they're getting stumped onto there.
And
good headshot
I-
going down there though. Good damage to the skeletons.
Yeah,
Seven.
but also it knocked them over, so all of my boars could run right over,
right over
and
him.
into the Ushepti
Should be
because
noted
I just
because like basically that Spearman unit is like the only anti-large unit over here because he dedicated his Hex Race to all the way over here.
yeah, and I pretty much decided that instead of going and fighting his X-Rays, I was just gonna run through his front line because he had no spears,
No,
and just
yeah.
go straight for the Ushepti Great Bow because that's the only real threat
Ted
to my
would have been
army.
a lot better off using the Hex Race defensively in this play. He didn't really.
Yeah.
There's nothing really he needed to flank to get. Really, there's no like artillery.
Yeah,
or
and
range units
he's
moving.
sitting and fighting Azeg now, which Azeg is sitting and just holding his own and
Yeah,
using Spirit
even
Leech over and
surrounded-
over again.
even surrounded by Hex Race, because Hex Race don't
Yeah.
have that much melee attack.
Yeah, and Azeg for some reason doesn't have magic attack. I
No, he
really
doesn't.
feel like he
He
should.
doesn't have like a magical
because-
weapon or anything. No, that's the thing. His weapon's just a basic green skin cleaver.
Yeah.
Slagger slashes.
I think I threw in like a unit of Spider Riders just to relieve and see if I can get the unit to break and
Yeah,
disintegrate.
then they got surrounded by more Hex Race.
Yeah. If I had Edbutt here, this would have wiped out all of the things. But
Ted
I was a
using
bit.
Doom and Darkness trying to out off Broken Tusk Mob. He succeeds. But
Yeah.
Look at how much damage you shoved the Great Bow have already taken. They're gone. There goes one unit.
Yep. And I think I get my Boar Boy Biggin to walk out of the unit of spears and into the other
Surrounded by
Ushepti.
some skeletons, aren't they?
Oh yeah, skeletons. And it's just like, oh well, I'm gonna walk over here. I think removing the Ushepti before they got any damage was really big, right off the bat. Even if
Yeah,
I
trying to
lost a
take
good chunk of
time
my, yeah, because since yeah, with that gone, my Black Risks are actually relatively safe now. And since if we look at the Hex Race again,
Still fighting Ezek.
and also Ezeg kept using Life's Spirit Leech on them, so they're constantly losing tons of health.
Yeah.
So it's just a bad case for everything.
You shoved someone going down there.
Yeah, but it's on top of Black Orcs.
That's
so
not usually a good idea to summon it directly on top of them. In a situation like this, you probably want to summon them like to the side a bit.
yeah, maybe summon it on the goblins to break them up, or on top of the Boar Boys.
Because when they're summoned up like this, it takes a minute for their resurrection
Oh yeah, he
animation.
popped
so
the
Black Orcs get,
rampage
like, 3
effect
hits.
on the rampage effect on the Tomb
Yeah,
Prince.
Tomb Prince's effect, which is reducing their melee attack and also making them rampage.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, it just means they don't hit anything.
There will do stomp do shove the paper. Although Azek has gone down now.
Finally goes down, but after losing what almost like Hex Races are
Wow.
1400 a pop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and another
Taking
one.
a lot of damage from that.
Like it. That's almost 3,000. That's effectively 3,000 gold he's lost just trying to kill a dude that's Azeg in this battle was only worth 1,800.
Yeah.
And
so
I-
it's not
I
quite worth it.
Yeah. And I still have my shaman who's Ed-butting anything that looks at me funny.
Hmm.
Wait, you're telling me you don't just take Grimcore? Yeah, no, I do not take Grimcore because Grimcore is
What?
garbage.
I bring him a lot because he's garbage and it's fun.
It's
Yeah.
funny. He is not the best, unfortunately.
Yeah, somehow doesn't have ITP.
I think he could maybe be good in like maybe against Tomb Kings and Lizardmen. That's about it.
Yeah. But why wouldn't you just bring literally anything else?
The other option is like Skarsnik, but Skarsnik isn't immune to psychology, so then you have to like bring a Black Orc big boss with him, and it becomes very costly. And then before you know it, you're just going with a Death Star build. If you don't want to go with a Death Star build when you're fighting Tomb Kings and Lisman, then Grimgor would be a good choice.
Oh yeah.
This battle is down to just the. You see,
Yeah,
here we can see Archon just counting for way too much value at this point.
Yep.
Because this should be army losses by now, but because Archon is Archon.
Arcan is Arcan. And he's got so many spells on him too, which makes him cost way more. Also, the Hex Race here caused the boar boys to like terror out.
Yeah, the Black Orc big boss is a bit too far away to provide that immunity psychology they'll need.
Yeah, look how close they are to dying too. That's the worst part.
Oh, but they get the mortis. That does put their physical resistance up to like the cap, pretty much. It says 119%, but it only acts up until like I think 90%. 95% is it? Still, that takes them to take 5% of the damage. That's not a lot of damage.
But also, at this point, Ted doesn't really have any way to kill my army because the shaman is in the center of the Crimson Killers. Yeah, and of all the units that could survive with, no purple sun, nothing. But also, he's used a lot of magic throughout the battle, so.
At this point, it is a pretty. Oh, even then, another headbutt going down.
Oh yeah.
You could have just sat on the Crimson Killers and nothing else. You'd have been fine.
Yeah. Just there's not much Ted can do here. I'm just waiting for it. Yeah, there's the Boar Boy Begins getting pushed off by some Skella boys.
Skella boys. There we go. Archon. Oh, no, some more skeletons. Oh, but there you go. There. Yep. Probably shift the pound.
Yeah, wipe out those ones.
Literally just Archon left, and he's counting for this much there, hasn't it? I mean, technically speaking, if a purple sun went down here, it could be a game changer. But there's no purple sun.
Yeah, but well, granted, I knew that he wasn't using any like AOE spells, so I didn't even bother worrying about blobbing.
Ted also would not have the magic at this point to do anything.
Yeah.
Archon got that value pretty much exclusively from Hexface.
Yeah. 1100 damage, yeah.
Good value on the Broken Tusk mob because they got into the Ushabti Great Bow. Major Marauders are pretty good. The AP missiles against Tomb Kings is pretty good. Pretty good.
Goblins, I think, did sort of okay.
Sort of okay? They did
like, some of them got their value. Almost got their value. Yeah.
Hexface did okay. I mean, not quite up to what they could have been doing.
But mainly they were beating on
it. Then that was the main loss there for Ted because Ushabti Great Bow just got swamped and destroyed.
Because if the Ushabti Great Bow were able to live, they could have just shot my Black Orcs, and I would have lost. Anyways, yeah. We can watch the Chaos Boys, or we can watch the other tournament match.
Chaos Mirror match, I think I'll just stick to the... it's another Ted replay.
Yeah, it's another...
We'll take a look at this. After this one, I think I'll do a couple quick battles.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute, do I remember this one? Do I remember this one? No, I don't think I watched this one. Did I watch this?
No, you didn't watch. You didn't watch this one, I think. But I know it might seem familiar because it's the same, almost exact build that Ted has brought every time I try and play Chaos.
Yeah, it's a very Ted build mainly because it has Albrecht in it, and a life damsel, and peasants. No battle pilgrims.
He's playing Bordelot. What else is he gonna bring?
Basic Lord. You just shouldn't play Bordelot. Just play anything else.
Albrecht's really not that much cheaper than a basic lord, or not much more expensive than a cheaper lord.
He is when you throw in his items. Alright then, so what you got going here, Psycho?
Well, we got some Marauders. We got some good old boys from, up north. 4 of them, with 3 Chaos Spawn behind them, because I decided, how about we don't bring Chaos Warriors for once, and I decided to bring Marauders with Chaos Spawn because they just... yeah, just to run them down and run them over. With Kolek and the Chaos Knights as usual, because you use the Chaos Knights as the meat shield, and Kolek beats the crap out of everything else. 3 units of Horse Masters, Fire Sorcerer with the Fire Sorcerer is all the way over there.
Don't know if he's meant to be over here.
Yeah, or not. He's got Flaming Head, Flaming Sword of Ruin, and Cascading Flame.
As well as the Sacrificial Rod, which you can basically use to make him a battery.
Also, as you can see in the back over there, a unit of hounds.
Oh yeah.
Just hiding,
over there.
waiting.
Silently, just in case he brings like a trebuchet, or they're really good at ratting off archers and such.
Well, pretty much Well, one of the other things is as I'm moving my army up, I was waiting for Ted to start moving his cavalry before I moved my hounds, so I'd know his attention would be on that.
Yeah, because when you don't usually want to move your like backline flanking unit straight away, just to make sure that the army and their attention is focused. Because at the start of each match, they might like look around to make sure there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Looking at Ted's army, it's men at arms in the front line, 2 foot squires, bunch of peasant archers, bunch of peasant bowmen. Are they a special variant? Yeah, again 2 pox arrows, 2 regular,
2 fire arrows.
4. I think it's regular. Yeah, it's regular. 4 questing knights.
Oh, it is.
Albric, giving them a bonus versus large, making them all into the companions.
Yeah,
of Quenelles.
it is a lot of peasants.
And then Damsel of Life with a power stone.
That sounds about right. Well, let's get this battle going. I think I made a mistake here and moved my horse masters a little too far forward initially and got shot a bit.
Got shot a bit by the archers.
Yeah. Also, I was like kind of confused why he moved all of his troops over like this.
Yeah, it's weird how he's moving. It's like he's trying to be an AI and take the high ground.
Yeah.
Trying to.
I have the high ground. Like.
But peasant archers should do a good amount of damage if you should be firing at these chaos spawn, because the chaos spawn only have 10 armor.
You would be wrong.
Would I? But right now he's fighting marauders, unfortunately.
The only thing you're wrong about is Ted's archers are not going to do value here.
Oh no! So why is he not firing at the chaos spawn? Come on. He's still not firing at the
Because
chaos
he's
spawn.
busy shooting the.
He's firing at
horseman.
shielded chaff marauders.
Yeah, the chaff
Oh,
marauder
and
is
there's also
also.
a flaming head going down here. So flaming head.
Oh yeah, just wait for this one.
Oh no!
I hate everything about this.
Ted.
Watch it. Watch
Oh
it.
no, it's curving. Not. Okay, yeah, it curved pretty well through that one as well.
That is
Yeah.
one of the luckiest
Also,
heads I've
as
seen
we
in a while.
see around the other, oh yeah, the wolves pretty much take out all of his archers while he's busy fighting with his
I don't think
cavalry up
Ted
there.
even bothering to fire at the chaos. He's just left them on fire at will. I think he just left them on fire at will
Yeah.
while he's managing his cavalry over here with this
But-
huge blob. As
Yeah,
in-
so
oh,
he
no, that
blobs
means
in
he's got-
around,
Doesn't
and then
know that Kolek
Kolek-
has a lightning bolt?
Yeah, I believe so. I drop it right
That's
here,
pretty good
right on.
damage there.
And Kolek is in dead center in the Chaos Knights, meaning
Surrounded
he
them.
can't get hit.
Yeah, no. And they're all the while these horsemasters are firing. Over here, the Bretonian front line's already gone.
Yeah, already gone.
Wolves
All-
are in the back, clearing up the peasant archers. It's not good. Very not good.
Not good. Yeah, there's not much.
Everything's really focused on getting rid of the Lord here.
Focusing a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like he's like tunnel visioned himself into Kolek.
Like, if he broke off 2 of the questing knights to just hit the marauders in the back or something, just to break the marauders.
I mean, this is already a lost cause over here, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is, because all the
Oh,
all
and
the
a burning
peasant
head as
bowmen,
well.
yeah, burning head straight through, which pushed the questing knights to a point where they could be terror routed.
Yeah, because that
By
reduces
Kolek.
their leadership by being
8.
burned.
Yeah.
Oh, you look at them all round. It's literally just Albric now.
Yeah, Albric stands alone. I was trying to run the horsemasters forward to try and like keep them routed, but they're not fast. They weren't fast enough to get in there.
An overcast shield of thorns there on Albric. Yeah, I'd see one of those very often.
Yeah. Yeah. Tonya getting.
Pretty much up to this fight at this point. There
I
ain't
don't
much else
think
going on in the place.
Also because he's getting pelted with javelins in the back. A heal on.
He's
also,
used an
remember,
overcasted Shield of Thorns and an Earthblood, but he does have regrowth, I think, doesn't he? Yeah, regrowth would have
Yeah,
been
he
really
does
good,
have-
since that would have regenerated his vigor as well.
and here's the other thing: is also that fight happened, and with the healing from the Life Wizard healing all the knights.
And they still took damage.
Yeah. So, and yeah, the Horsemaster's still alive, still has ammo, and
Army losses.
yep, because all of his army has been wiped out. This is
Kolek, 10,000 damage dealt.
yeah, 2,800 value, 800 value.
Marauders
the
all like paying for
Marauders-
themselves, surprisingly. Hounds, of course, paying for themselves. Chaos Spawn doing pretty good.
Yeah. And
Horsemasters all doing
Marauder,
pretty good.
they all got their value.
Albrecht.
Chaos Knights
Albrecht.
didn't get their value, but they got their value in tanking.
Yeah, they're tanking the damage. Value,
See.
really no value from the Crescent Knights at all.
It's always
Bowmen,
painful
or
to
either
look at.
no value from them either.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
dear.
didn't even get their cost, which is 400. That's it
Gonna
was a very
do a
interesting.
quick battle here.
Yes.
Yeah, it was quite a replay to watch. What not to do.
Yeah.
Build was all right, I suppose. Not too terrible.
Yeah, it's
But
just
it just wasn't utilized very well.
because also the fact is I'm not gonna be trying to flank with Kolak. I'm just gonna sit in the center and wait until I have to move them, and then he moves all his cavalry over, which is my kind of the best case scenario for me because it's separated from his bowmen,
Yeah.
so they can't
So
cover
they can't
him.
give the poison effect.
They can't give the poison effect. They can't keep my horse masters away. It's just, and also he can't respond to anything killing his bowman, or respond to. Well, granted, how fast his front line disappeared, it would have been a mad dash for trying to stop the chaos spawn from overrunning them.
Dwarves.
Immediate insta lock on
Immediate
dwarves.
dwarves. Who to go as? Who to go as?
Empire Coast, of course. Actually,
Who to go as? I'm gonna go Vampire Counts.
Okay.
Show off a little counter dwarf build that I made. Wherever it is. If I have it. I can make it from scratch if I don't remember. It's not here.
look at all
I'll
the
make it from
saves.
scratch. There's quite a few, isn't there?
Do you write the link for the website to get those off?
No,
of?
no, I don't. Original idea. Alright, where is it? Where is it?
Is it the red?
I usually use the... Oh shit, I might use the Red Duke, I think, with a zombie dragon.
Yeah.
Then I think I usually pop most of this off apart from the zombie summon. Helm of Discord to provide the AoE debuff if he's flying around.
Yeah.
Then I'll take zombies. Along with, I believe... I sometimes it varies what I'll do from here. It's usually like... Either it's Sternsman Double Graveguard with great weapons, or I might do something with Necromancers and Corpse Carts if I can afford it. But I do like bringing Vargeist in this matchup now, along with some fell bats.
Yeah, because you can just overwhelm all their backline units and
Black
just
Knights
crump 'em.
pretty well as well. Yeah, I think I do have the money for a Necromancer or two here with a Corpse Cart. So here's the strategy with these Necromancers, is you just drop basically everything off of them. Sometimes you can take the battery, but most of the time you're just using them as basically an upgraded Corpse Cart.
A corpse cart that is better, or unless you
Better
really
regen.
wanted to meme on someone, which is also known as Herman Gorst.
Herman Gorst, yeah, that's actually maybe a viable pick in this matchup, maybe.
Yeah. As long as they don't shoot the cannons directly at him, but he might actually be able to out-heal it.
What else? What else? What else? I think that's pretty good.
Skeletons with poison?
Could bring... do I bring the Stalkers or do I bring an extra unit of Hounds? Just in case, or is there any abilities I want maybe?
The hounds won't be useful against
Do I want
whatever the dwarves
Sundered
have.
armor? No, I've got most of the AP. I'll take the poison apply.
Yeah. The poison would be nice, because it means that they do less damage to your zombies, meaning that... Or, actually,
Or
yeah,
just
with the
everything.
Graveguard. Yeah, just everything. Especially if they're fighting the Graveguard.
Also, this map not that great for dwarves unless he deploys really far back. Well, actually, even his deployment zone is the side with the trees, so he's going to really struggle with any artillery.
You have the good side of the map.
Yeah. Although I don't think
Yeah.
dwarves typically go heavy on the artillery in this matchup, so...
Yeah, because the map is relatively close.
Yeah, especially on this map. With the
Yeah.
big hill in the middle.
Mhm.
Boop.
Yeah, unless you decide
enough.
to go like grudge throwers.
Yeah, but even then what Grudge is going to do is just going to heal that all back and resurrect them.
Yeah.
Just going to be spreading out my zombies here.
Yeah. I believe so. Going as wide as possible is useful because
Against drawers, because they'll also usually box up and you want to get the full surround on them if you can.
I know that, yeah, but unless you're yeah, if you're undead, but if you're a living faction, surrounding can be problematic because,
Army,
uh,
leadership problems like getting
yeah,
attacked in flank and
you,
such.
yeah, if it's a living army that isn't undead, you generally want to focus on one part, break it, and then run in. Because especially if you got magic like pendulum and stuff, you have a pretty good chance of just overrunning them. Just wiping out all their units when they blob up.
Yeah, just knocking them out in all one's hit.
Or like, yeah, let's say it's like has like a purple sun drops out on top of the dwarf
Or
warriors.
dragon breath is why it's pretty much the exclusive.
Yeah.
The reason I bring the dragon in this matchup is just for the pestilent breath because it can like knock out a unit of iron breakers in one hit.
Yeah.
Which is basically the only thing you really have to deal with them in this matchup. I have the flying course like the Fellbats and the Vargeists are just there pretty much to go and run into like the ranged units to make sure they can't fire, and then when
Also,
they're tied up, the Black Knights can come around the flanks and hit into them.
Yeah, and also you've got armor piercing.
Yeah, because the Vargeists didn't always have armor piercing.
But now they do.
Pretty decent, I think, actually. It's like 70-30.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's pretty good armor piercing. Alright, he's ready.
But also they can be kind of flimsy because they have low armor.
Okay, well this is not what you do. This is a do not. This is a... This guy's an ODM as well.
ODM?
Yeah, I think that's Falcons, isn't it? Is it Falcon ODM?
I guess.
But here we can see four, count them, 4 organ guns.
I think it's like... Wait, he's moving forward too.
Yeah, because of the hill.
Yeah,
he's trying to fire at the Black Knight, I think. But he's not letting him.
Well, I guess you might as well land on those fucking order gun.
Yeah, 'cause he's not stopping me right now.
Yeah, because unbreakable. This is also why the undead is actually able to deal with dwarves pretty well, is because of the fact that they don't run, which is what the dwarves rely on, is being able to hold to the point where the opponent will just run away. Which is one of the dwarves' main advantage, which vampires just don't give a shit about. They're just like, yeah, but we'll just keep running at you.
Zombie summon is pretty important here for tying down these range units.
Yep. Because once they're tied up, he has no other range because he didn't bring Thunderers, didn't bring Quarrelers, didn't bring anything. And now you get to fly over any elite infantry unit he has and delete it, or fly over his lord and delete him.
Who is his lord? Is it Runod or Runod?
Oh yeah, I don't think... Yeah, that's... Does he have anything? He has Slayers, so you should watch out.
Yeah, watch out for the Slayers. I don't want to get tied down.
Because they're right on your boy.
He's getting on them right now.
But Helmet Discord is keeping you alive. Summon another unit of zombies maybe on the Slayers. Oh no, that's invocation. But I guess you could heal those Vargeists getting beat up.
Yeah, they need to heal. Trying to look. Okay, there's a good blob there. Looks like for Dwarf Warriors and Slayers. See if I can't get a breath on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, oh yeah, that was pretty good. It wasn't too terrible. Not what I wanted, but
yeah.
terrible.
But
I think those are long beards. They are in psychology.
Yeah. So you can't terror out them, but you can cycle charge them.
Yeah, because they're slow.
Yeah. And right now the dwarf player is just being overwhelmed. He doesn't know what to do because he's a dwarf player. So.
Dwarf player. I'll play dwarves in the next game. Did lose one of my units of Vargos, or Vargeists even. More zombie summons. Zombie summons are just to throw trades to like Slayers or those expensive dwarf infantries because they tend to have low melee attacks, so they can't cleave through them as quickly.
There's that. But he still has those concentrations of dwarves.
But Graveguard are a pretty good counter. So.
Yeah.
So they just need to finish chewing through the Longbeard lines right now.
Because also miners aren't really worth that much in a fight versus vampires because they're gonna bring zombies anyways, and you're just wasting like a good chunk of your value on blowing up a bunch of zombies. A good breath attack.
No. Oh, he's no.
Yeah, immediately rage quit. Even though his army is still there, that's a classic dwarf player right there. 4
organ guns is a very bold strategy. If the map had been different, you would have been able to get a lot more value out of them. Might have been able to get my lord down, but
yeah.
Again, I don't think he looked at the map before.
Yeah, but
Do
also,
another
let's
one, then
be
we've got some
real.
more replays.
It feels like he was relying on cheese of just insta-sniping your lord and any
For
cavalry right
Organ
away. Yeah. And then, of course, when his plan didn't instantly net him a win, he rage quits. He probably could have still won that with the Rune Lord
Mm,
if he kind of pulled stuff together and used
yeah,
and
well, with all the
had the
graveyard
right
that are
runes.
left, because I don't think he's got anything there to kill the grave. But even if he did like snipe my other stuff, he didn't have anything really to kill the constant. Oh, he's back again.
Oh, back for round 2.
This time I'll go Skaven in anticipation. So if he picks dwarves, then we can show off why Skaven do so good against dwarves.
Yeah, they got rats. Rats for days.
Rats. We rats.
Also globes.
Oh, he's going dark elves. Okay.
Alright. Well, what is he gonna do? 3 goddamn bolt
throwers.
bolt
Oh, actually,
throwers?
that's a bad strategy. 4.
Yeah, 4.
What would I go in this matchup? This one isn't one I play too often. Snitch. Can't go wrong with Snitch, right? Snitch
Yeah.
is always the right choice.
Snitch. If I remember correctly, Snitch does really well against the dwarves because they won't see him
Not as against
coming.
dark elves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, they. Well, also I guess it means that dark shards and like crossbowmen can't shoot them.
Yeah,
until
probably
it's too late.
don't want to bring the Plague Priest on the bell because of dark shards and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably just want to bring him on foot with some summons. Although I think Plague Pistol and Breath can be pretty good against dark elves. Against like witch elves,
It is.
Sisters of
Oh.
Slaughter.
And also the basic infantry of the dark elves.
Yeah.
40 armor isn't enough to block
Yeah,
it.
none of them really have like, it's only like Hargoneth Executioners that have any armor.
Yeah. Black Orc Corsairs have 80 armor, so
Oh yeah, they do have very much. They are very tightly packed though.
they are tightly packed, so you do damage across the whole unit. And especially if you bring Wither on your Plague Priest, you drop Wither and then follow that, and then they just instantly
Just
die.
delete them.
Yeah.
Definitely want some mortars. Mortars again against that tight formation. They work pretty well.
Yeah. He might bring like 5 Harpies, just cause.
Just cause.
Yeah.
Just cause. I think you do want to try and counter the Eager Cold Bolt Thrower play.
Yeah.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey,
It's still my notification sound. Did you turn it off for the server? Because I think it works on the servers for some reason. Trixie.
Hey Willow,
Yeah.
Ashen Triads, Doom players.
Eshin Triads, Doom Flayers. I might actually think Eshin Triads maybe. Or Ishka's Triads at least.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I say that is if you've been Cold One Cav or the other Cav, they can take away the armor and Doom players can rip them apart. Also, Doom players is really good against the light, medium armored infantry.
But
I
also
don't
there's
use
still
Doom
Doom
Flayers
players.
much. Don't you use Doom Flayers an awful lot?
They're also very small models, so
They
just
are,
won't be able to hit them as
it's hard to
effectively.
shoot them. Worry about Cold
Yeah.
War Knights. What do you think of
That's
Cold
why
War
we're
Knights
Nature's Triads.
now? Yes. Oh, I don't have. Oh.
You could
I'll
bring
figure
Schoolers.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
win one, and then cut one of your slaves and win 2 slingers just to get
I
some.
do worry
harassment.
about dealing with bolt throwers and also skirmish cav. I'm going to bring some bubble fretted poison.
Yeah, win some more of that. You got no run off.
Wait,
So I
what
was just
about...
watching it then, just thought, you know. Willow, cut one of your slaves and win a slinger unit. 2 sling.
Don't have room for it. I'm going to cut one of slave unit and bring the Vulcan Sail Slashers.
Win some warp fire throwers and meme.
No meme. No memes. No,
Oh
I
yeah,
missed a shipping.
Incap.
Frostworms.
Were you watching the stream though, Incap?
I literally just tuned in now for
Oh.
Willow's missing a big
You missed the match before this, where the guy this is the same guy who picked dwarves and brought 4 organ guns against him.
This is the same guy, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but why
he
you
also
think?
he also rage quit when his organ guns died.
Yeah, why do you think he's going to win any cav? He's the wolf player. He physically cannot comprehend that. He's
What
got,
is a
like,
cavalry?
cavalry box?
Well, actually, no. Maybe he'll bring repeater bolt, the ROR repeater bolt throwers, the flying ones, because they're very similar to gyrocopters.
The repeat. Oh, you mean the
flying ones.
Yeah.
The
It's weird.
Pegasus dudes.
There's not many units that are RORs that are just like completely unique units. I think they're like the only one that's like that.
Mhm.
Well, the Crimson Killers are unique.
Well, but they're just Black Orcs with 2
Yeah,
axes.
but they're
Well,
red.
no,
Yeah, but
they
they're red.
actually have splash attack
They do,
too.
but that's like a unique effect.
No,
whereas
but
like the
they're red.
Pegasus are like completely unique.
Oh,
so like
yeah.
an almost a completely different unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, to a degree.
There's not really any flying missile cav like that either.
Other than the shitty ones on the widows.
Yeah, the Eagle.
I mean, you know, if you're flying, you are technically a missile because you've been launched.
You are the missile.
So I guess Pegasus Knights are
They are the missile.
What a feeling. He's gonna just sit with fucking in a box with
Bolt throws.
repeater crossbows and bolt
1 in 10.
throwers.
Ready, ready! Our tail is yours! What orders? Clanrat spears! Breaking up! Warp grinder! Hey, what orders?
You should have done your Vanguard build.
The classic Vanguard build.
The OP Vanguard build where you just have a bunch of...
I'd put them on the flank. What do I with those guys?
These guys, I was thinking put them
No, the Triads. See if you can get them into some
the
really
Triads.
awkward fights. See if
The
you can
action.
Even if they get thrown into Cold One Knights, I worry about like, how little HP they
No,
have.
no,
to
no.
match
Put
damage
them. What I'm trying to say is put them on the flank with the Doomflayers. So he might charge in the Doomflayers, not
Okay.
expecting you to have it.
No, wait, hold on. Because that unit also has the illusion unit. You throw the
Yeah, I'll put them
illusion unit
here. I'll put them
in.
close by to each other.
No, wait.
No, what I'm
But
trying to say is if you put them far out, he might throw into them. Your Itch's Triads can then surround them with the illusion so they can't get through them with cycle charge.
I think these are
rounds.
pretty close enough, I'd say. I don't want to
Yeah.
risk like putting my
Well, I was-
Triads all the way over here and then for them to deploy everything
Yeah.
on my flank.
But then you get a free flank upload with no real contestant.
ooh, oh, that's a very long line. Kind of
So
reminds me
that's-
of that match with the
No bolt
Dragon
throws.
Ogres.
There's a lot
No
of
bolt.
half though.
There is a lot of care.
Those Triads might have worked out really nicely there actually. Tenacious Harvesters, you haven't got any magical damage though.
I do have the poison winds.
I know,
Yeah.
I thought your Hounds were magical.
What orders? Go!
Actually, the
No, no,
basic
Black Arcs.
basic hounds do have magic attack. Actually,
Smite!
did you know
There's
that?
Black Arcs in his Dark Shards. They're going to be your major threats. Your Doomflayers
I want to see if I can,
run
because he's probably going to run straight into them with that.
I
I want to
wouldn't
sacrifice the elves.
Okay. I'm just thinking because your Doomflayers can do most of the damage here to everything else. There's nothing that can really threaten you besides
I worry
Dark
about the...
Shards.
Then...
Tenacious Harvesters? Yeah. Yes.
Tenacious Harvesters, I do worry about those. Who's his lord? That's an amazing target for the boys. Go on, boys. Get 'em.
Yep. I guess you could summon some Vermintide on them too.
Ready, ready!
You shoot the Dark Shards already.
I had shades back there.
Actually. Oh yeah, no, that's what
Wait, is that Lord on foot, or is he just like marching blindly?
those Harvesters can do nicely damage.
Yeah, those hounds are gonna have a field day with those dark charges sitting in the open.
Move hard! Advance retreat! Stab, stab!
Well, that Bonehead angles itself on it as something that we hit.
Oh no, bye, clan rats.
Quick, quick!
See, this is why Law of Fire best cannot means metaphors.
Clanrat spears! Skaven! Yes, yes! Die, die!
Oh, yeah, look at that. Black Corsairs with hand crossbows.
Get
Don't
your
usually
Doomflayers
see
into
that.
something below.
Retreat, retreat! Assassin! Now, off we go! Our tails go!
Really Doomflayers seems this one losing combat.
We move, yes!
Where are
I
they?
mean, there's not really anything you should be losing about.
You're doing really good,
this
Bill.
Funny thing about Doomflayers is that they're garbage.
No, they're
Funny.
pretty.
No, he's off the soul steal. How did he get the soul steal? Oh, it's the Tenacious Harvesters. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't lock them off, you just
okay.
damaged them.
Going!
I felt like pointing it out, but at the same time I thought, he got this.
Now! Back underground!
I was misinformed. There's no purpose.
Stay down! Good, good! Free, free!
Come on, we've got to make the stream interesting now. We've got to do some wacky builds after this.
Wacky.
Like
This was a wacky
really
build.
just pure shit builds, you know, like maybe 5
This.
snotling pump wagons.
What did I could kill it all?
you know, 5 slotting of front wagons, 3 units of black orcs.
Oh no, the
two
law is
savage
there.
orcs,
That's what's going on here.
just cycle charging in with slotting front wagons.
Did you mistake where the reward was?
I thought I would have instantly nuked her.
No. Well, she's still alive, so you better go kill him.
You got a nice plague breath there where your Doom players are.
Yeah, no.
See, got any more summons?
Probably, but I.
Doom plague breath, you don't look at that.
Oh, and he broke.
Oh, he's broken.
That's a fireball. It's a dead sorceress.
Unless the cav get in the way. No, he didn't.
No.
Quite. No, it's on muscles. Doomflayers didn't work out, I don't think, did they?
Yeah, no, not really.
I mean, they're still alive.
Doom players are. I've never found Doom players to be that.
Oh, he's still got away.
Great.
It's a slippery stuff.
Doom players are good
Well,
if you know
no,
how to
because
use
the
them
cap will
correctly.
recharge.
If you can use Doom players correctly, they can be devastating. You gotta sort of keep your eye on them.
No, I've used them before.
You haven't used them before, just
No.
Ah, I thought you had.
No.
Yeah, no. You gotta get them straight to the archers and then into the back. That's what I was saying about getting into the back. Because you get a back charge from them, they can take pretty much anything. Charge into the back with. Except for like obviously the heaviest of the heaviest. But, like light cav, that's gone. We'll choose a plague breath on it.
Oh, nice spinning blades there at least.
Use a
Yeah.
plague breath on your Doom players.
That is
Well-
it for you, eh?
Yeah,
What do you think Doom players will over terrible?
I noticed.
yeah. There's a reason Skaven players never bring the Doom players. It's because they're bad.
No, you just gotta build your army around
They-
them, that's why.
I guess, but also, why would you build your army around a shit unit that needs you to build
But
around
that's
them?
what you're saying, though. Like
Good.
every Skaven unit that you want to make
I'm trying to
optimized, you
remember.
have to build around. But why make it optimized around Doomflayers when you can just bring Frot and optimize around him, or
Yeah.
warp lightning cannons or mortars or Giselles?
Or Tretch.
Yeah, or you could just cripple yourself entirely and just play Trench. But at
Yeah,
least the life
if I
consistency
wanted to
here-
play, if I wanted to
Is that
cripple
life
myself,
consistency? Oh no, it's logic.
hello logic.
Hello.
Lex is watching, so he knows I have insulted him.
Nothing like this.
Go on, Willow, what are you going to play next? What faction? Give us a stupid one, or we give you one.
Oh, he's again. Same
Play
guy.
Chaos.
I'm playing Chaos.
Alright.
Okay,
then-
Chaos. What's the stupid build going to be? It's got to be stupid, Willow.
Depends on what he goes.
It's got to be silly.
Yeah.
Maybe
This is meant to be a training session,
It's a training session, not,
not
a,
a meme session.
the haha funny.
Bitch, who you train?
What else?
The
Wood Elves
people
vs
in
Chaos.
chat.
Brilliant. You've been a frontline of Aspiring Champions with a midline of Chaos Warriors. With
What?
Safari
Oh,
have you
well,
ever chosen?
technically, you could just bring warriors, sure, because if they don't, if they're wasting a bunch of money on their archers, you could just use horse masters and
No,
swamp
better
them.
solution. You bring the Aspiring Champions. Aspiring Champions have magical damage. Most of very good infantry has magical
I might just
physical
go
resistance.
heavy chosen.
Yeah, you could bring 2 chosen and then 4 warriors or 3 warriors.
I would suggest Aspiring, because they will take archer shots if he has him on fire. at
So
will.
chosen.
You bring 2 chosen, 3 warriors.
Firestorm.
No, I don't
Then-
think it's Wood
Oh,
Elves it works.
Willow.
Pretty much.
Burning Head.
Yeah.
Willow,
Normally.
Do it.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
Go on, Willow.
Normally what I do with Archaon is I bring Fireball, Flaming Cloak, Burning Head, and
I might watch you want the magic and fire damage against.
Go on, Willow.
yeah.
No, go on, Willow.
and Flaming Sword of Ruin. Because, well, the thing is, Cascading Cloak is so cost efficient and such a cheap magic spell that just casting it's worth it.
Can I be honest, Willow? I would honestly cut Burning Head and just go for all buffing spells.
Vortex.
No, just all buffing spells,
Yeah,
because at
against
least they're
Wood Elves, probably
consistent.
not. Yeah.
Whereas Burning Head can go off trail. If you give him Cascade and Fire close, Firestorm to anything or Fireball, it's more consistent. And I would win a front line of Aspirings over Marauders, because Marauders are dead in 2 seconds.
Triple Chaos Eyes. Okay.
If he goes Dryads, that is. But if he goes Dryads and chosen, I'm
Even
gonna.
Eternal Guard, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point.
No, people usually go Dryads because they actually have armor.
Poison
they can
Hounds.
hold.
Poison Hounds.
Yeah, you need
Or-
to run off.
No, Aspiring Champions would be useful too, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's like
But
2 to
I
3
found-
Aspirings.
But I found Poison Hounds are really good with Chaos Knights.
How are you going to deal with Durfu?
Archeon.
Archaon.
How are you
Yeah.
going to deal with any flying lord?
I'm
Archaon.
not. Well, fireballs. But how much chaos any? What do I go?
Oh yeah, wait. You can bring Cascading Flame Coke. You have enough money.
Oh, yeah.
Cascading.
I could go like double Exalt Hero and Manticores, but that seems like a risk.
Well, no, I'm just trying to hint towards more.
It is a big risk.
I
You
don't
want to
think
probably.
I can bring ranged here. Like if he wants to skirmish me, there's not much I can do against it.
Nah. Usually my
Hounds.
response to that is not hounds. I just bring horse masters, just a ton of horsemen.
Ton of them.
I still think you need something just completely batshit crazy in his build.
always think that.
Because
Yeah.
within the banner rules as chaos, you could just bring 4 horse masters and then 2 regular horse
Hey, Widow.
marauders, and then swamp them with more skirmish.
I got it, Willow. Cut one of your knights and put Hell Cannon. He wants the Arc
No,
Cannon.
the Hell Cannons, it's a terrible idea.
Oh, you never know.
That
That
is an
could
incredibly
turn the
terrible idea.
tide.
I might swap out them.
You know,
for that.
that's like Germany 1939 going, oh, these panzers, terrible
Battle of the
idea.
Bulls. Let's go.
I just realized you don't have Slayer of Kings on Archaon.
Do I need it? Do I want to put all my
you-
eggs in one basket?
I mean, yes.
Also, we're
You
bringing
don't
in
even
money
have them on a mount.
It's quite expensive.
It is expensive, but also it
Is he
makes
on a
Archaon
mount?
able.
Yes.
Like he's
because,
gonna whack anyone anyway. Like who's he not gonna? Orion is like even Orion. he's gonna whack.
Orion, Durthu. Orion
Durthu
has
is gonna
anti-large too.
Yeah, so
Durthu will slap him a few times, and also has way more health.
drop Foe Seeker maybe, and then
But yeah, you could drop Foe Seeker, then
if I do that, I can bring an aspiring champion.
aspiring champion.
Wow.
He aspires to be a champion.
You could just cut one of your chosen and bring 2 more Spying Champions.
What a terrible idea.
Exactly, do it, Willow.
No, I like. I
Whole
don't
thing,
use chosen enough. I want to use chosen.
But they have magical damage. Decent
Yeah, it
melee
doesn't. I
attack,
mean,
decent armor.
does that help?
and
Do they have
silver
splash
shields.
damage?
I believe so.
They have magic damage. The aspiring
They have
champions.
splash damage. Though.
I believe they do.
Oh no, they don't.
Just be aware of their low model count. They're not going to kill anything fast, and anything with a high
Thinners.
model count will hit them a lot more.
Yeah, but
Right.
well, they do have high melee
If-
defense.
If they're fighting dryads, though, they'll just sit there and they won't die, and they'll slowly chop their way through that forest.
Why? Well,
No, but if you send them
you
into something like,
die.
I don't know, hypothetically Treekin, they will beat Treekin.
Treekin. Oh, I want to
Treekin
see.
will
I
never
hope
get
he brings Treekin so I can see Chosen fighting Treekin for 10 hours.
No, Chosen beat Treekin is just
Actually, yeah, Chosen handedly beat
Did they
Treekin.
beat him that
with-
quickly though?
No.
I know they beat
No,
him
they
definitely,
they,
but
they
like, did
beat
him
them
quickly?
relatively fast. Like,
I mean,
give it
relatively
a
fast.
minute.
He is correct. They beat them relatively fast in the relativity of paint drying.
Of
It's
geological
relatively
time, yes.
fast, yes.
They'll
Seriously.
beat them
No.
faster than Iron Breakers.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
well, the reason why they're so good against them is because they got axes.
Oh, makes
Chopping
sense.
down
But
trees.
so do long Iron Breakers. Though.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Logic,
Well,
can you
no.
help me?
The problem is their axes are smaller, thus they're
Ah,
less effective.
I need your help, Logic. I'm trying to get Willow to win something called fun builds, and he's
This is a
just
training session.
Training session.
I don't know
Teach
who
people.
he's training.
Who the fuck are you trading? There's
Thank you.
more people in the
I'm
goddamn
this is
Mentor
gonna
Lounge
post
than there
this
is in the
recording.
chat.
Gonna post this recording.
Actually, there's 8 people in the Twitch
I
stream.
know, there's 8 people.
We don't count.
We don't.
We
Oh
don't.
yeah.
We don't.
Oh
We
yeah. I
aren't
forgot
people.
about that. Yeah, we aren't people.
Yeah, we can't watch
Forgot.
the stream because Willow's just.
Actually, I'm gonna shuffle all my mobile units down here. I think.
So technically,
Yeah.
there are 3 people.
3 Chaos Knights. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Lots of
somehow the
fear.
aspiring champions were useless, but the 3 Chaos Knights are the thing
Yes.
that's going to win it. for
How
Willow.
did Wood Elves kill this?
Skirt myth
Armor piercing.
They can kill Chaos Knights.
But can they kill
Uh,
3 Chaos Knights?
easily.
Yeah.
They
The
can
idea
easily
is that
kill them.
you're.
It all
the-
depends on the build.
1 minute, let me just have a look here. Wood Elf main, Wood Elf. Oh, it's me! Oh shit!
Yeah, go on, tell us, Mr. Wood Elf main.
I just did. They can skirmish the shit out of them.
No, they can't.
Sure, they have bronze shields, but click on them, Willow. Click on a unit card. Unit card.
Yeah, it's up.
Bronze shields, decent armor. Wood Elves don't give a shit about the armor. The speed
If
is
it's Way Watchers.
66. Yeah, even Way Watchers. With
If it's Weight Watchers, they don't really armor piercing.
No, even Hagbanes do
Well,
decent against
okay.
them.
But also, give me a second on this one. The thing is, if he shoots at the Chaos Knights, the Chosen will still kill everything else, and he'll run out of
The
ammunition.
Chosen will not beat. This is
They
from the
will.
unit
They
of
will
Double
beat
Swords.
everything.
Blade Stingers.
Blade Stingers and
Stag Knights, eh?
Blade Stingers and Eternal
Yeah,
Guard.
that'll
Both
be
of those.
right.
How would they not beat them?
Both of them at once.
They-
They will.
They don't have armor.
They don't, but they have high physical resist.
Okay, but
Oh,
it's
no, don't worry,
still...
this guy. Oh, is he shooting at the Chaos Knights?
No, he's shooting at
Yeah, I think
Is
he
he
was,
shooting
yeah.
at the Chosen?
almost.
Will's probably won this one already by the build.
Yeah, I can see the
Yeah.
army. Would it's not going to use this one?
Stag Knight's charging there.
But
Should have brought me there.
with Chosen, like, I don't even think Blade Singers will do super well against
You
Chosen.
have Blade Singers.
Yeah, and even then, Blade Singers don't have that high of melee attack. Like,
also
they're fighting,
Yeah,
they're
we can
fighting
get
you know,
plus
like,
24 melee attack. It's one of the
Okay.
abilities. So they
So-
go
so-
up to 72 melee attack.
alright, but what if I used a Burning Head on it?
We didn't specify Arcanas in it. We're just saying this is a one-on-one
Oh,
fight.
yeah. They get
one on
plus
two.
24 melee attack for what?
It's
Just
just one of their abilities. They minus 24 melee defense plus 24 melee attack.
Are you sure you're not thinking about War Dancers?
The 1200 unit, I don't know what it's called. I didn't really use them a lot.
No, Blade Singers, they have the ability to swap over to non-AP damage.
Oh, okay. I didn't use them a lot. I used
Yeah,
them
this is
more
what
to-
happens when Great Stag Knights get surrounded. That's when it's all over.
Yep.
Because then they need to take full use of their charge, and if they don't,
Gotta come with Warhammer 3 and make them cheaper again. Show what they were 400 about. Yeah, you beat them.
And but I feel, because the thing is, even if they get the minus 24, their melee defense is still like what, 30 to 40.
But the Dominator guard do beat them.
Still also 47 melee attack. I don't think Eternal Guard also only have like what, 40 melee defense.
The main point is, you're running 3 chosen units and like 2 units of theirs.
And
beat them
you're-
for less than twice.
What are you talking about? The fucking Blade Singers are fucking 1200, and then the Eternal Guard are 550.
Yeah,
If you
what
want
I'm
a high
saying-
melee defense, it's like
What I'm saying is, like, the build here, for example, is really elegant. Because your infantry's then gone and you've got to do a bunch of anti-large infantry.
okay.
With not highly effective cav.
Chaos Knights are really effective. Granted, being able to cause fear to everything is nice. And a single charge from the side would also help break that. And the other thing is, well, Chosen can eat spells and be fine, but those fancy, high expensive units, I drop one Flaming Skull or one Pendulum and they're gone.
But again, really doesn't
And
have
they're
flaming skull.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I'm
because
saying,
you,
in this
well,
matchup.
here's the thing. You told them to take that off.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I would always take it off in this matchup because all it affects is Dryads, and if you're running Dryads against Chaos, you've already lost the game.
I mean, that's
Wait.
kind of false though. That's all their
No,
infantry.
that's false because every piece of infantry has
Get
low
out.
enough armor to be wiped out by a single
It's
burning
like on
head.
about this game specifically.
This
Like,
game
if he
specifically.
brings Dryads against this build, he's lost already. There's no point in him bringing head to kill Dryads.
Yeah, but
Chosen
he,
are gonna do that
You're
already.
not bringing Burn Head just to kill Dryads. Why would you ever do that? You're using it to kill just units in general.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, the only thing it affects on the roster effectively infantry-wise is Dryads. If you're
Yeah.
against Eternal Guard, you don't need it. Just give them Burning, Cascading Fire Cloak and they'll do the same.
Yeah,
no, just burning head and kill all of them.
yeah, especially if it's 2 units on 1 unit chosen. It's like, oh, neat, I get the double whammy and wipe out 2 units with 1 spell.
Yeah, they have physical resistance, not magical resistance.
No,
Yeah.
no, Eternal Guard don't.
No, Eternal. Oh, there's still 15 armor.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the Chosen are going to pierce them anyway. Putting a Burning Head is just overkill.
No, because your situation you were pointing out was the fact that it was both the Eternal Guard and also these mystical spell
Yeah,
singers
if we
that...
bought both of those, what I'm saying is
Yeah.
in this matchup.
Yeah.
Like, it would beat them, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, but it's not really worth it because you put so many eggs into one basket to kill one thing and something else. You've just lost all of that.
Yeah.
Like this guy
But-
could still win it just by draw kiting. Not draw back, sorry.
Cycle charges.
Back. No, yeah, basically like walking back, shooting second charge. And I think he's done a decent chunk to our
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's still aiming at
Two
it.
Glade captains have worked pretty well.
It'd be very foolish not to be still shooting at him right now as Weight Watchers.
Blade captains together might actually be able to beat Urkhan since they have
Yeah.
anti-large.
Because he doesn't have a sword.
He does have the sword, okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's just that they have.
The Glade
anti-large
captains are
bonuses.
also sniping at Arcan the entire time. It's
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
Swords them! God's bloody glory! Chosen! My blade hungers!
I think potentially swapping the Marauders out for like 2 units of Aspire might have been better.
Deliver slaughter!
Just because then you get that more leadership and more magical damage.
That would have helped. There's not. The thing is, you can only have encourage doesn't stack.
It
Yeah,
doesn't,
Courage
but what I'm saying is
doesn't.
having 3 of those with that much armor on the silver shields may have been a bit more helpful. But Marauders, I think, didn't actually do too bad here.
Marauders are actually okay against Wood Elves since you
Low
want
armor.
numbers. Yeah, and no armor doesn't really matter because they're so cost efficient anyways.
The more
Because if they
definitive-
get yeah,
I was gonna say,
because
the more-
if
Go on, go on.
because if you bring a bunch of archers to shoot them in the first place, they don't have the front line to stop what's behind the Marauders.
What I'm more saying is, like one charge for Stark Knight, and I think like this 30% of the Marauders' health, and like pretty much only breaks them immediately. Whereas the
Yeah,
Aspiring Champions, they don't care.
yeah,
They just
don't
run
care.
through it.
And also, they're also great to waste ammo.
Like if they just bring Way Watchers and if they pump any of that Way Watcher ammo into the Marauders, it's a waste.
Yep.
Swords them! Archaon! My
He's gonna run out of ammo eventually, but
No, but he just keeps running. He can kill Arcane, I think, before he runs out fully. Oh, he's not even shooting Arcane.
he's just shooting everything else.
Oh, you know what might be really good to get the Mirror Guard? They're a really good infantry unit for Chaos.
Yeah.
And they're basically chosen.
I probably would have dropped one of the chosen for a Mirror Guard and a Marauder.
Seas of blood!
Remember, we'll also last time criticize spells heavily.
Retreat!
No. Chosen are running.
Yeah, welcome to playing Chaos. Be your host.
Chosen!
This is one of the reasons why Horse Masters are really good in this matchup.
Yeah, because if you had Horse Masters, you could shoot all of the other
You
skirmish.
can shoot them, you can run
Maybe
over the
one
archers.
One sec, I said that a minute ago, and like you guys are like, no, they just get destroyed with their archers.
No, I didn't say that.
I wasn't here when that happened.
And
One
also,
of
I
you
was.
said it.
I didn't. It was probably Willow.
Also, whoever said it was correct, because if you bought them, the Way Watchers would just kill them in one volley.
No, you keep them away from the Way Watcher.
Yeah, you keep them.
don't
You're
have
killing.
a choice in that regards, because they're stalk at the beginning, so as soon as they move, they just get a volley off into them.
You don't
how?
vanguard the
You don't.
fucking
You
Horse
don't
Masters.
vanguard the fucking Horse Masters.
I didn't
Why would
say
you
you
do that?
vanguard the Horde Masters. The Way Watchers can vanguard. And they
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you just keep them far away from the front line and then move them out
But
That
after.
way you
again,
need them.
How do you know where they are when they're vanguarded and stalked?
Okay, but
They're not going to be
here's-
behind you.
Yeah, they're not going to be behind you.
I feel like you guys don't understand that you as Chaos have to move forwards to fight.
Yes,
Yeah,
but the
no.
Way Watchers, if they were anywhere close to your army, they're dead.
And you know what the
But
funniest part is? I know Incap is just fishing for like angry reaction.
No, I'm not. I'm
Uh,
telling you a legitimate thing. You guys are like, no, no, no. It's like, dude, I've
No,
played
because
over
you're not
300,000
listening.
I am, but what I'm saying is I've played over 300,000 Wood Elves. I know how to fuck with Chaos, specifically. I used to do
Yeah,
it to Cypher.
which is to put the, in this case, put the Way Watchers inside the deployment zone of Chaos, and shoot
What?
the Horse Masters, even
What?
though they're behind the front line.
What's your plan with your Horse Masters to keep them behind the whole game? Just keep them in your
No,
deployment
not keeping them behind the whole game, but you have
That's
to
what I'm
like
saying.
point
Also-
around.
What you do
Also-
to Wood Owl, what you do to Way Watchers is you deploy them near your front line, and you see where the cav goes. Wherever the cav goes, you move your Way Watchers into position. And
This
when
is
they-
why I use
Yeah,
Forsaken, so that
Forsaken
they can't run
they've
away.
done recently, yeah. Yeah, Forsaken and Hounds were a really nasty way to stop Way Watchers.
You got to play full mobility in my
Go on, Willow,
opinion
go
against
Beastmen. You're
elves.
going to show us
Yeah.
it. You're going to show us how
Going
you play
Empire.
Beastmen.
I've,
Go Beast,
I've-
Willow. It's dark. Let's go Beastmen. Do it.
anyways, well, my usual response is just bring so many Chaos Warriors that they can't kill you fast enough. If they do bring the Way Watchers, they don't have a front line anymore, and if they have skirmish as well. The horse masters will always beat the Wood Elves skirmishers. And when I say skirmishers, I mean the horse variants, because I don't really count foot guys as skirmishers anyways. I just
I'm
count
not
them
going
as
to tell you why
archers.
you're wrong in that regards, but okay.
Yeah, I know.
Mainly because you're outranged by about 100 meters and speed
Yeah,
by
but
about 10.
that doesn't matter. I'll just keep running at you, and you'll have to run away. But also, unless I don't think, yeah, no, the horse archers aren't.
Wait, Willow, go back to abilities a sec. I feel like you've taken something off you really shouldn't have there. Abilities, the second one? Second one. No, the second ability.
Willow, get that fucking Soulfire back up.
No,
Yeah,
but I
that
don't
one
think it's
there.
Soulfire against Dark Elves.
50% miscast
Soulfire-
chance. It's just if he does any overcast, he miscasts.
Oh, he's already no quick. Don't I ever build for this?
But yeah, usually
Holy
using
shit, Willow.
Do not have a build for it.
using
Just go
Oh
for
my
Emperors. Go-
Oh my
Sunmaker.
god.
Sunmaker, Willow. It will win you the day.
oh no.
Go on, Willow, for once. Show it off. Come on, Willow. You don't make the same builds all the time. Willow,
Granted,
Willow, go back down. Take a cannon out. Put the Sunmaker in.
No, I don't.
Down,
think I
down,
will.
down, 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 down. It works really well in this matchup because this guy will clump up again like he did last game, and you can get one volley and kill 3 units with it.
I have
But
pens
the
in-
Cyclers like Scarred.
Is it this Wax Guard?
I think they're decent here. They have deployment.
I
Vanguard,
love Reichsguard in this fight.
yeah.
and then get a Sunmaker Willow.
Also, you got 5 seconds.
There we are.
Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, if you're bringing Way Watchers, let's say you're bringing 3 of them, that's 3,600. So you're probably gonna bring what, Glade Riders or Wild Riders?
No, what you'd do, you'd bring 2 Watch units and bring 2 of the cheapest cav units, and then when they try to counter you by charging into you, you charge with one of the cheapest, annihilate it with the Way Watchers, and then charge the other one in case it hasn't been killed.
Okay. But why would I charge my cavalry around? Because the thing with Chaos is that you're supporting your front line with the cavalry. You're not trying to outflank them
Yeah.
because your infantry is able to kill anything in front of it. As
That's
long as you
true.
keep... That's the purpose. That's why, in my case, what I was telling Will is that you just bring 4 warriors, 2 chosen, and you have so many silver shields that they can't kill anything. You have the magic to kill their front line if they try and engage. And if they shoot them, then okay, you might kill the chosen after you use more than half your ammo.
How many
On
chosen
one.
did you say?
2 of them.
Well, I was gonna
You'd
say,
have
so,
you'd have to burn all your ammunition just to kill the 2 chosen, and I still have my
what you
chaos
said
warriors.
there was the Chaos ways to support your infantry with cav. High up,
Yeah.
the Wood Elf ways to support your infantry with heavy range fire. If you ignore that range fire, you will lose. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what faction you are. You will, even if you are dwarves. If you ignore the archers, you lose.
But even with that and the Lord, you still have room to bring hounds or something else, or literally anything else to deal with that. But even then, like I've ran into a number of armies that do the whole like, oh, but we have super powerful armor piercing. They still lose their front line every time because, oh, look at that, I'm not doing enough damage. Like I've run so many tests where it's just fucking a basic chaos warrior running towards it, and they're not only able to kill the goddamn spears between them and the archers easily, but they're always at like battle half health because the silver.
I meant the cannons.
They are on
It's-
fire. Well.
Oh, just making
It's
sure.
Put them on guard mode so they don't move up if they enemy gets out of range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually a
The barrel
scenario.
rounds.
One thing I would do, Willow, is just move your cannons a little further apart, just to be safe. So if he compromises one, the other one isn't like going to
Yeah.
be touched.
Can't really.
Where-
It's just like a little bit more where the Reichsguard are, for example.
And
Yeah,
pretty much,
something like that.
From his hills
What-
in a better position.
yeah, what me and Logic were mainly probably pointing out is the fact that you're using the Marauder Horsemen to keep the cavalry from behind your Chaos Warriors,
I don't know
because all of your horsemen are lightly armored, and
But why do
yeah,
you
they
think
might
put
have.
the cav behind them? You wouldn't. You'd put them in front. You'd use them as a screen.
Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I waste valuable
Oh,
like?
you're on about you're using your side for.
Oh, thank God. No. Things.
This is-
Oh.
Oh, lovely for you, Willow. That's
Wow,
a
what is
beautiful
What?
target. Right in the middle of his army.
He plays strangely sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, things.
Just send your
Huge
White Guard
strategy.
up just to scout.
But yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't.
probably
I wouldn't.
shades hidden somewhere.
I wouldn't ever try and use my skirmishers against fucking wood elves as a screen, because that'd be just asking
Yeah,
to
I
lose
meant-
all my
I meant-
money.
I meant as wood elves, you use your cav as a screen.
Oh yeah, use your cav as a screen, and then I'm like gonna sit there and it's like, that's neat. My guys all have silver shields and 100 armor, so I'm just gonna wait, keep moving forward. And then the purpose of the chaos cav is to keep everyone away from the back. So it's just a matter of who micros better usually, and who brings what. Because I'm gonna bring
shades.
Kolek guys.
The shades. The shades. Okay, that's a bad unit.
Oh no.
I was wondering where they.
There are the shades.
Should have vanguarded the knights behind them. That's a lot of missiles he's got.
Well, he's got the Corsairs, which I don't think will do terribly well, but
Well, since he doesn't have like any great swords or anything, they might because it's spears. Oh, he's actually got them on skirmish.
oh, that's. I don't know if that was smart.
Willow, get your crossbows in range, net down the Hydra and just one-shot it.
That's one I already hit. Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
no,
he
'cause
has
if you
that,
have-
doesn't he?
Yeah, if you have 2 crossbow and silver bullets and 2 cannons shooting at it, it's dead in about 20 seconds.
Oh, okay.
That's
Sort of like the swordsman, but, the Hydra.
Did he done dupe you, Willow?
Willow seems to be getting wrecked here. God, imagine if we bought the Sunmaker. So,
Great cannon for the Warhammer! Moving! Understood!
You're clicking the wrong unit.
Yes, sir!
you trying to click on the knight? Yeah, I was wondering why they were
Quick
just
march!
chilling.
Formation
You've got a nice little gap on the
now!
shades to the left. Just get him through that gap, and he's obviously got one retreat. What the fuck's it? Skirmish mode, so you could probably run off a few units. And straight into the shades. Lovely.
Great cannon! By Ulrich's wrath!
No, that's a bad one.
Get your major combat and make them pile around him and then do anything. Yeah, get your knights cycle charging into the back of the other shades now. That's how you're gonna win this war. You just gotta keep charging your knights. Don't keep them standing still for more than 3 seconds.
There's
Yes, my lord!
looks like a rough battle.
You got a nice enfeebling over you can drop. Or whatever the fuck it's called.
It is funny to watch the warrior priest chasing after Footlord.
In this instance, Soulfire would have been great.
Quick march! Moving now!
If I would do a lot on the Lord.
The Corsairs and the Lord.
Smoke and mirrors! Great cannon! Get them, sir! Quick march! My God, Moraz! With haste!
My man Widow, how'd you win tournaments? You know you can throw your own artillery pieces to do that.
Yeah, you need it. It's a cannon. Cannon ain't gonna help match up anymore.
To battle!
Yeah.
Sigma, preserve us!
No, he's got this. I think he's got enough cav to keep cycle charging until he's pretty much right with the left side.
Yeah, but a lot more ammunition.
I shouldn't have shut my right guard forward to scout. I don't know why I did that. I heard someone say that, and I was like,
Wait,
"That's
you
that a
did.
good idea?"
No, that was good that you've done that.
No, but they
because you
died
know-
instantly.
One of them did, but you still have 2.
Yeah, but that's like 1,000 gold down the drain.
Yeah, if it was all army, you knew exactly where he was and what he was doing.
Yeah, but
If you didn't see
all it gave me
if
is I
you
knew he
didn't
had
see
shades.
it-
So I already knew he had shades.
Yeah,
because I
but
was
what I'm
like,
saying
where's
is,
his
if you
man?
didn't see his shades there, you'd have known none he left in the line. Which means you could have pushed up the middle and destroy his army.
Still could have just left it behind. I would have known the same thing.
I could have later, but yeah.
Casting shadows!
Well,
Cannon! Go!
don't worry. The cannon boys are rolling now.
Quickly!
Rolling out.
They're
Wow.
rolling the cannons out.
Get your Reichs, no, get those Reichs
Oh, no,
guard going
it's
into the warrior priest fight.
I'm lost.
They can cycle charge into the back of it.
Wait, he's suffering army losses.
Yeah, one.
Because his lord died to the fucking warrior priest.
I need another one. I want to win Well,
Yeah.
let's take a look at some values first. Yeah, pretty good values. Wolfric did pretty good.
Have a look at your Reichsguard.
Yeah, the Reichsguard did good there. I kind of think I should have brought like a different law. Maybe we should have brought Balthazar.
Maybe we should brought House. I'm just, I'm just.
No, I think Wolfric was pretty key because he sniped the Lord
He
down.
did, and the net as well was good. But,
Yeah.
Silver bullets killed the Chilisanta. Those look at those handbows. They did pretty good in this matchup.
Yeah, because they were fighting fucking
Oh,
chaff.
Willow, I feel like I've got a challenge for you. From here on out, you have to play alphabetically every faction and make a meta game until you win at least
Alphabetically,
once.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go.
Start with
No.
Beastman and ending
Draconia?
with whatever the fuck is last.
Oh, that'd be Warriors. of
Whatever's
Chaos,
like,
bro.
yeah.
What else isn't it actually? Or was it Warriors of Chaos? I can't remember.
No, it's Warriors of Chaos.
So going alphabetically, you have to win one game at least.
Warriors of
And
Chaos
then
are
next
always
week,
last.
you have to win 2 games. The week after that, 3 games. In a row.
It's a different person now.
Yeah. Oh, hey, different person.
Oh, look, Beastman in. Let's see you go.
Yeah.
I want to see what build you go with.
Little thing I'd like.
Willow's doing this on stream to show he's a nice guy, but usually he won't.
Well, no.
He can't
The thing
get
is because if you go Beastman, it looks like you're
build.
AFK and people just leave.
Go if you're gonna go Morgoth, just go Warriors, his sub faction.
No.
No wait.
Let's see what Willow can
Hello.
go.
Did
I'm not
you
gonna tell him.
do you want to look at the item on the Beast Lord?
I know it's
The
the weird one.
the horn.
It's
Pretty
basically
good
yeah.
item.
Hold up,
Yeah.
first beast.
Yeah.
It's sad because it actually means that he's actually not. He's basically better than Kazrak.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a
Sad
better
horrible situation.
Kazrak.
Although that is still pretty good.
Yeah.
So let's see your build, Willow. I'm just curious what you're gonna go with.
Do I
Without
even go
any
Chaos Spawn? I guess yeah.
no input. I'm gonna see what you go with.
And then I can just ignore the infantry fight and just let the Chaos Spawn do all the work.
No input. I want to yell
Okay.
at you for several things already. So I'll get my mental session for Beastman.
But you'll get it eventually.
I hope you're not teaching.
I am. Who else is gonna do it? You?
Anyone else?
It's
Fine,
it's
Quinn.
evolve time, boys.
Do I tweet? I don't think I do.
Quinn's the only guy that actually bothers to play Beastman right now.
Yeah.
I'll play Beastman. You saw me play Beastman last night.
Yeah.
I'm playing right now.
Logic. Yeah.
Who do you
Beastman.
think? Who do you think taught him how to play?
I'm now a
Beastman?
Beastman main.
Hey, you're now a Beastman main. I played one match. I am now a Beastman
I am now
main.
Beastman main.
Willow actually just googled how to play them and picked out a build there, and now he's good to go.
Good to
I
go.
want to give Willow a see at the same time. I just genuinely want to see what you come up with yourself.
I'm thinking, how do I?
How'd you what, Willow?
Worry about
Say the words.
Skin wolves.
You know what to do. I did it to you, remember?
Hey, that ain't bad actually.
It's terrible. Where's your front?
Actually, is that legal?
Is,
can only bring
is that
4
legal?
Five.
Willow,
Warhound?
you are.
I think you're only allowed 4.
You only have 4 now.
No banner
One
rules and quick
mammoth,
match.
and you're dead.
Yeah.
What do I lose to? What?
One mammoth and that whole front
Yeah,
line, back
mammoth
line is gone.
I might switch out.
That's
Should I,
what the
should I
Gore
t-
bolts
should I
for,
tell you,
anyways.
Willow, what
Did
I
you know
would
there's
advise
global
here?
as well?
No, he's got it. He's got it.
I got
No,
this.
he really doesn't.
No, I got this.
No, he's got it. Yeah, you gotta be positive, okay?
Okay.
You gotta
Negative.
be. Yeah, you gotta be.
Okay, fuck it, I'll tell you, Willow.
You're only allowed 4 poison hounds, but you can
Willow.
bring 4 other hounds as well.
Willow, your own
believe.
goals.
Oh, okay. So you can just trade it
Your
for
own
free.
goals, Willow. Spearmen are there to die. There's no
Yeah.
point putting the extra gold in for the shields at once. They're just gonna die.
Yeah, but they go slower with that.
Gore herds. If you take them out, so just take 4 out. You put them back in if you want. You can put in the normals, and then get 2 gore herds if you can. Because your gore herds, they're not going to kill everything, but they do decently. Cut one of your archers. Yeah. Then the Sons of Goros. This one is where it's get micros intensive quick.
I don't know if they win. They don't win against skin wolves though.
No, they're not there just to beat the skin wolves.
Well, they're
Sons of
gonna die
Goros,
to skin wolves then.
but they do a lot of damage for their
They're
value.
gonna die to skin wolves though.
But they do a lot of damage
They're
before
gonna
they
die to skin wolves. Though.
Means they can potentially kill a unit.
Gonna die to skin wolves. Though.
In a vacuum,
Well,
yes.
Spawn will fucking die to fucking skin.
In a
Exactly.
vacuum, Willow, yes. But this isn't a vacuum. You have 4.
I have a vacuum.
Actually, I think the Chaos Spawn will actually have a chance of killing the Skin Wolves outright because of how much damage they cause.
No, they do lose them straight up.
They do 168 damage per swing, and they all swing it like there's 12 models. There's a couple of times where I just, well, at the least, they'll kill a lot of the models in the Skid Wolves.
Bringing these
When
now.
the hold on him gives him magical recharge.
He already has him. Oh, he left. See, look, 'cause he thought he was AFK. Just for the
You typed in chat. How would you think you were?
because
Because sometimes people don't even look at the chat.
I took too long.
You
so
should
I
have
read
hit
that.
ready. You should have hit ready a few
Yeah, but
times
he's
to
like,
show
no,
him
bring
that he
Sons
was
of
there.
Gora.
Get ready. The countdown would have immediately started.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how fucking quick battle works.
Yeah, because, wow, why?
You know what, Will? How about
Like,
next
just,
game?
if that's a thing, why not just have a
I'm
hard
skipping
counter
this
of like
first thing.
2 minutes or
How
something, or
about
3
next game,
minutes?
Willow? I will
Go
give you the
Betonia.
build I gave all the people I taught in
No,
the
I'm
game.
not using your build.
Just go to
Go
Warhorse.
out.
Go to
Get
Warhorse,
out.
Willow.
No.
Just because you can't play
No.
Beastman, you're proving my
No.
point more and more.
Everyone leaves when I pick Beastman. Because they
Go
think I'm
No.
Warhorse.
AFK.
Willow, you gotta force them to pick fast by hitting ready right away.
No,
gonna give you
because
the
then I
build,
pick
Willow.
Oh,
fast.
the lawman actually responded.
I was
He's
going to
looking
give you
at
the
chat.
build Willow gave all the new people and see if you can make it work. See if it is actually viable. or not.
No.
I know he's incompetent.
Do I want to go Rapunzel?
Illegal versus what?
So at least I can
We wouldn't have called that illegal if we were going to look at it, but whatever.
see now.
Don't do that, it's
Live on
illegal.
stream, they will put online.
It was just what I had it named.
Way to play Beastman.
It's a very fun battle to watch. It's a good replay to look at.
Yeah.
You're going to be
It was
Green Knight.
unfortunately under 300 units.
By like 11. You just had to switch something else.
22, but yeah, just to switch around some things.
Open a Green Knight. Show us the strength of the Knight of the Green.
Not in this matchup.
When you
Actually,
bring your
What is the map?
it's something.
What map is it?
Crossroads.
Crossroads, the most balanced
Oh
of
yeah,
maps.
you know what? Don't put a Green Knight here. Must be terrible.
Why does Crossroads even exist?
Well, they needed a completely flat map, didn't they? It's all, even if it's bad, they just needed one. Just like test
Yeah, they
purposes.
just needed one. Well, okay, but why do they need it in multiplayer rotation?
Do you think CA even knows what's in the
What is a multiplayer rotation?
Yeah, they used to know what was in their goddamn multiplayer rotation, but
Did
they
they?
just gave up. Yeah,
Did they though? Or did they make
Yeah.
it seem like they knew?
no, they actually knew. They never rotated shit
Could've fooled me.
maps or stuff that didn't make sense. And they also used to just have good multiplayer maps.
What year was it? Bloody hell.
I know.
Or was this an alternate universe that none of us are privy to?
What?
Alternate
No.
universe.
I don't know. You've played Shogun 2, right?
Not really. It's quite boring.
Okay, then. Because the actual maps in Shogun 2 actually were fairly good and dynamic. And introduced a lot of the campaign stuff, and I enjoyed some of the multiplayer battles in Medieval 2, because the maps, again, aren't, I don't know. Just the sound of disappointment.
What's wrong?
No,
This
no,
is
just wanting better
Oh, I thought you
maps
were
for
talking about my army.
multiplayer. That is, oh, you're taking the Ted army.
I readied up.
Ted is,
Playing-
Ted knows his shit enough to bring goddamn spears.
Don't need spears, like Question Knights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as we saw last night,
Cresting
Questing
kill.
not the be all end all.
Well, no, that's just because it's Ted using him.
Yeah. Also, he has Alberic instead of the
Lonk,
Incur.
lonk.
Well, also Alberic actually does mesh with Questing Knights well because of his anti-large bonus.
And just overall giving him under charge for
Yeah, they're giving like all the armor piercing cav plus 8 anti-large bonus, which is really strong. Too bad that was used against the same unit of Chaos Knights, so yeah.
Too
Mhm.
bad, eh?
God, I can't believe we're not to be a Beastman.
Got Stellaris tomorrow. That'd be good.
Yeah, Willow, we know what your plan is.
I'm not going to go to Crisis. I'm going to. I've already won a game as the Crisis. I've already won a game as the Emperor, so I'm just gonna.
I mean, you
mellow
kind
it
of
out.
cheated your game in the Emperor, but the Crisis one, yeah. fair
Still
enough.
want both.
Me and Psycho are going to continue bringing people into the fold.
Yeah, we're gonna go take the
Yeah,
Holy Land.
when you say into the fold, makes you sound like a Crisis. I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I've been
we're-
checking. You've been checking me. I should be checking other people if they're the Crisis.
You check me. That'd be a terrible idea.
I mean,
Why
I would
you
have
do that?
seen it because it does give them.
Oh no, I was taking the mic, by the way. None of us can be the crisis with spiritualists.
Actually, spiritualist can't be
spiritualist.
crisis.
Damn, Spiker, why would you tell him this?
So I knew it was.
Because-
I think. Can egalitarians be? Is it egalitarians and xenophiles that can't be? Or is it pacifists? No, it's
Xenophiles can't.
pacifists and xenophiles.
Pacifist.
I think egalitarians can be.
Xenophiles cannot be either.
Yeah, it's xenophiles and
Well,
pacifists.
you've gone like the super meta way, so.
I was egalitarian to start with, then I had an ethics shift because nobody wanted
Yeah,
to be egalitarian.
what are your ethics with it?
Fanatic, militarist, spiritualist.
Well, those are 5 peasant bowmen.
Uh huh. You hear him. You see him.
Yeah.
For the lady!
Oh, the lady.
Archers, aye! Ready!
The lady's blessing is lost.
Come on,
Oh,
boys!
no.
I died for this man.
For the lady! Number 9! King Luan Leoka!
Think of the Grail Knights. The Grail Knights running away.
Exactly one short of 1,000 men he has.
Yeah.
You require magic? I see much.
Questing knights! Armed and ready!
For the lady.
Gott mit uns. So I think I might actually swap over to second.
Two great cannons. 2, 4 outright and obviously.
Knightly valor!
Question is, how many cannons does he have?
2.
We obey!
Okay.
Quickly!
That handgunners. Okay. Knights of the Blazing Sun, Carl Franz. Oh, Knights of the Blazing Sun, Companions of the Cornels. Hard counter spotted. Not quite hard counter, but a pretty good counter.
Why?
Because fire resistance and they do fire damage. Oh no, they do magic damage, don't they? It's
Yeah,
not
they do
hard counter,
magic.
it's a
What are you
counter.
talking about?
It's a counter hard counter.
Wait,
Swiper
what does
Swiper.
magic damage?
Knights of the Blazing
Well,
Sun.
we need to
No, they don't. They just do
No,
fire.
they don't. They just do fire damage.
Oh, do they? Oh, in that case, not a
Yeah.
hard counter.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I could have sworn I did magic damage.
This
I
is
don't.
why
Oh.
we need to remove the mentor. He just
Possibly,
doesn't
yeah, I
know the
forgot.
game.
I just forgot. Okay, calm down.
You know what you need right here? A Trident Banan.
Ain't aquatic.
Yeah, this Empire player, like, if it was me, I'd just bring mortars and just kill all the archers.
Yeah, archers are
Hey,
fun.
aquatic, you there?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I want to make sure you're still alive. Might have died of boredom or something.
Daughter of
No,
I'm
War
never
Thunder.
that lucky.
Do you want to do a game of War Thunder? Aquatic?
For the lady!
Yeah, I get with that.
Righteous
You
fury!
have to play as China, because China number 1.
Run 'em through!
No, thank you.
Get the fuck out of my Discord.
Yes!
No, the cannon
What a
fire.
what a big great memes.
For
Fuck
the
off.
king!
Post haste!
Get the fuck out of my Discord. You're not going to play China, are you? Are you saying
So-
China number 1?
Why would I play China when I'm trying to level up the British right now?
I am
China
ready.
number 1?
But then I gotta play at 1.0 again.
Just say China number 1.
Pretty sure I'm not allowed to.
Say China number 1.
King Luan Leoka!
No.
On!
Oh no, he's disconnected. Who did that? So logic. China number 1?
Bound by honor!
No.
It shall be done!
No, come on, let's go. Let's.
Light of the lady!
Peasant bowman! For the
So-
king! Quickly, lads!
Okay, so well, you want to look at some more replays after this one?
Yeah, we'll probably look at one. Actually, no, it's actually near the end, actually. So,
King
no, it's
up
good.
Yeah.
Swiftly!
I think we could
I'll
watch
look at
one or two more.
Yeah, watch one more.
Yeah.
Power of
But, oh
light!
no, he's after my talents. But France.
At once!
France.
Yeah. But your Leon Kirk can beat France probably.
Probably.
At once! Swiftly! Order! Smite them!
What the?
Grant me your
Oh.
wisdom!
Okay. They moved down there. Wow, this one seems to have been won over. Yeah. The
Okay.
Empire player had he still has a lot of handgunners though, so he can still keep shooting. And he had
True
Oh,
heart
you shooting at the
But
influence.
the problem here is the fact that he, I think, lost all of his skirmishers too early.
Yeah, he blobbed them all up and he got artified.
Yeah, which you generally want to be able to using your skirmishers to remove the cavalry, and then because the artillery can shoot the archers and kill them.
Yeah.
But since all his outriders were killed, not even defensive because he was way too offensive with his skirmishers. His outriders ran forward and got killed by the archers. If he wasn't trying to run forward and keeping them back, he could have killed off like Lee and Kerr could have been punished and then threw Carl at him and then just shoot him to pieces,
Throw the
or
bucket.
shoot the knights to pieces,
Throw
or
the Carl.
yeah, because questing knights don't actually have shields, so it runs into the problem of none of the bullets get blocked, and the handgunners too. Fortunately, yeah, the archers just shot him to pieces, and also he brought flagellants, I think.
No, he brought Sigmar's sons and swordsmen.
Yeah, just lots of swordsmen, which is
Yeah, I got
neat
some
and
really good
everything.
value on some of the
But
questing.
for real, if Willow wanted to, he could have just been really funny and just ran through the front of all those swordsmen and just walked right through.
Alright, we'll take a look at one
Oh
more
yeah,
replay.
you only had pistoliers, and even then, you could still do better with replays. You should have had
would you know which
prioritize your
are-
horsemen. So all three are fine,
Oh, there's
unless
only
you want to
I'm
watch
using
the
the first
Chaos
one, apparently.
Boys.
I
Oh,
must have
okay.
done the first one.
Yeah, there's the Chaos Boys one is actually fine. The two builds are fine if you want to look
it's
at
a
it.
mirror match
It's
there.
yeah, but it's a mirror.
It makes
It's a
me
mi-
pain. I don't know. I want to see Elizabeth versus
Do you-
Green Skin
do you-
match actually. Is this good?
all right.
Say if it's good.
Uh,
yeah, no.
I think it is.
Okay, I'll take it. That works.
Because all I know is that
Ooh, yeah,
all
this looks
three of the
good, actually.
matches were generally fine. It was just I was caught a little off guard when I saw 4 chameleon
yeah,
skinks, and I was like,
that. That is what you do against Greenskins, I think. I think
Really?
quadruple chameleons, because it's kind of hard to kill unless they bring like squigs.
yeah,
Like even then, like they get killed because they don't have much of a shield.
yeah. Actually, I remember with the spider riders just chasing them and shooting them, but the problem is the skinks just have more
Yeah.
numbers and also missile resist and everything
Decent
else.
in melee as well. I think they actually win in melee against Spider Riders.
Yeah. Normally, if you bring double mortars against Bretonia, you can reliably kill the archers.
Yeah, the archers are a big problem. If you're not bringing cavalry specifically to kill the archers, then you need to like bring on mortars or something to kill them.
Yeah, bring a
It's
pair
so
of
cost
mortars,
efficient.
box up, blow up the archers. Once the archers are dead, your front line will win. Because
Although
swordsmen
cannons are a
beat.
good choice though. Like, you need to play defensively with the cannons and mortars. Ideally, like you can't bring cannons and then decide that you need to like try and cavalry flank with to take out the archers. But anyway, looking at this matchup, typically this matchup goes pretty similar to this. The only difference being is instead of like usually it's Mazda Mundi, but instead he's got Krokar here with the Thunderous one, which is a definitely change of place. What does the Thunderous one have again?
It has
special?
a giant ballista.
Oh, it has an ability. What is that? Oh, it's got
Yeah.
a bombardment. I've never actually seen it be used too much. But you just see it in use. Colon Spear Riders in the back. A Skink of Beast. Magical summons can do pretty good against greenskins if you can get to tear out a Stone Troll unit or just any of these Goblin units in the back. So it's pretty decent man army, I'd say here. Saurus, 2 Skinks, 4 Chameleon Skinks. Chameleon Skinks are really hard to deal with for greenskins. There's just nothing that can catch them, and the stuff that can catch them isn't shielded, so it dies before it can catch them. Looking at the greenskin, Mangy Marauders, AP against dinosaurs, Biggins with goblins in the ranks. Just says night goblins, but yeah, these are the fanatics, which means they're unbreakable, which can definitely help against a lot of that terror-causing Lizardman stuff.
But also, they have the chain and ball and
Yeah, the
chain,
ball and chain,
which
which can clear through Temple Guard nicely if they bring any.
yeah, or any Saurus.
Orc Shaman again, Foot of Gork to try and deal with that Temple Guard blob probably. Brainbuster would have been nice against the Chameleon Skinks. Night Goblin War Boss with
Actually,
his
I think
Tormentor Sword.
Ed Bud works better with chameleon
Some-
skinks.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, because it does even damage across the whole thing, while Ed Bud is more of a flower out.
Mhm.
It degrades further away. So, and the problem with skinks is they're too spread out.
These Stone Trolls having no immunity psychology is probably going to be a problem for them against like the Thunderous one, against Krokar, against the Manticore Summons. That leaves them very vulnerable. He has also got
Yeah.
a huge amount of archers in the backline here.
But
along
they're
with
all
the
Arrow
rusty arrows.
boys.
Yeah, well, he's got Arrow Boys, yeah,
And then
two
the Rusty
Goblin
Arrows.
Archers.
Okay. Yeah.
Orc
But that's why
boy
the arrow
begins and
boys
the
are
back
on
is
the
to cover.
outside because they'll most likely get hit.
Yeah, and these have the shorter range, so they're a bit further in front.
Yeah.
The advance. Yep, this Lisbon army looking pretty good. Normally, I think you just take Master Monday instead of these two.
Oh yeah, look at the Lord too.
Oh yeah, it was Tormentor.
for
It was the Night Goblin War Boss, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
and he's
Tormentor sword
also
and
got the
Tormentor
Tormentor sword. Yes. You'll see how it comes in real handy soon.
Throwing off some
And,
blasts at the Skink Priest, some Gaze of Morks.
Yeah, gotta get that extra whatever the hell you get for Big Wah, which is just more magic.
Yeah, I think it's just more magic in it.
Yep.
Gonna maybe struggle to do. He's gonna have to really pepper Crocodile with stuff here. Put them down the workshop.
Yeah.
Flock of Doom
Right
there.
on.
Goblins already breaking against the Saurus. Orc Biggins don't have. They have a fair amount of armor, so they should. But 50 armor, but they have no shield, so they will take a fair back pounding.
I don't think he's used the. Oh yeah, here's. I believe here he uses the Tormentor sword.
He just need to tie this.
And now he's stuck. He's stuck still.
Crocodile, so that
with
he can
5 units of archers just
shoot him.
unloading on him.
Although this mana core would definitely be able to get into these archers quite. He does have this big unit to counter.
Yep.
Trying to sort of gork them here. See how that goes. Oh yeah, cut about half that unit. Missed the other one there.
Yeah.
He's fermented, and he's also fermented fungi crocodile now, so he's forced
Granted,
to go
if he had headbutt, this would probably be his. It'd be a lot easier to kill those.
in. Yeah, because especially for a unit as quick as Chameleon Skinks, it's quite easy to dodge.
Yeah. The headbutt only
While
has a
being
3
popped
second
now
windup
helps
time.
with dealing with the medical and things like that, because it gives him instant
And
health.
as you can see,
Also
I
helps with
think
control.
the Lord is almost dead now, just from
Yeah.
arrows.
Although Thunderous one is now going to get stuck into the back line. Which will be a problem.
Yeah.
He's focused a lot of his attention on Crocodile, so let's hope that doesn't fall out for the departments.
The Stone Trolls I think is gonna kill Krokar.
Stone Trolls, some are not routing either, not showing any signs of weakness.
Well, they haven't taken a lot of damage, and they're by Biggins.
No, but they're trolls.
True. They are trolls.
Yeah, there they go, Terror out. And they're off.
Yeah. And look
Biggins
at all
keeps
the morale
it
that
fine.
comes back after they round.
Yeah, no, it's like why are they even winning?
Yeah. Well, also the thing with mortars, normally, if I remember correctly, you just bring 2. You don't just bring 1. It's just not enough firepower, but 2 mortars
2 is usually
on the way up will probably kill at least up to 2 archers, and then by the time you're killing the 3rd and then the 4th, unless they can somehow break whatever box of spears you have with their cavalry, they don't have a real good way, because the closer they get, the more accurate your mortars are.
Yeah, against Bretonnia, I'd say 2 mortars and a cannon. If you're going defensively, but you can also go for like an offensive first playstyle.
Offensive, or
you just don't bring any artillery basically.
Yeah, and just lay way into.
Or you can just like bring like 1 cannon with a spearman and then sit it at the back while the rest of your army advances.
Or hell, just 3 basic spears, put them in a little triangle, and then sit there as it fires.
But yeah, the Crocodile taking a lot of damage here. He's very low in health.
Yeah, I think this is where Crocker noticed.
He's getting very low.
Mangy Marauders are shooting
there he
him,
goes.
so.
Gaze of Walk, took him out.
Just to make sure he died.
Thunderous Run is basically all that's left, but it's going to be kind of hard to deal with that, especially with the peppering fire coming from the
he's
Chameleon
got,
Skinks.
the skinks really are a real nuisance for the orcs currently. But they still have the Mangy Marauders able to shoot at it too.
Yeah, he's got the Stone Claws going. As soon as the Stone Claws tear out, he might.
And also, we see Boy begins attempt to chase them and finds out real hard that you don't do that.
No, yeah, they don't have shields either. Let's see how slow.
Yeah,
they're getting into 48 speed. Chameleon Skinks are at 48 speed. So that's never going to catch them.
Only skirmish cav is going to catch Chameleon Skinks,
Yeah,
and
or
even
like
then,
really quick, like Cav. But then they just die quickly.
Or hounds, which
Thunderous
also
one is taking some serious afterfire still. He wasn't able to kill
Oh,
much of
okay. The
archer.
Thunderous one's thing is a lightning bolt, I think.
Yeah, it's a lightning bolt ability that's been doing.
Yeah, it's pretty much what Kolek has. Yeah, and the Lizardman lost.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at some values. Of course, not bench value, but I think the Mana Cores did pretty good. I think the Mana Cores would have worked out. I think if you just went instead of Crocgar and the Thunderous one, he just went Mazda Mundi. He could have still brought the Skink Priest just for Manticore summons and stuff, but I don't think the Thunderous one turned out too much.
Mundi might have been also dangerous because if he brought Mundi too far forward, he just gets caught.
Yeah,
with
but
torment
Mazda Mundi
and
gets his
shot.
shield, so that reduces some damage.
Yeah, that would at least. Well, it's more of a
And
scenario.
they get Apotheosis. There's no healing in this army for Crocgar to recover.
Yeah. Because he didn't bring the yeah.
Also, I think like Mesdamondi has way more armor than Crocodile would.
Yeah.
Zach has like 120 or 100 something, whereas Crocodile only has
Yeah.
like on thing is 90, I think.
Yeah, 90 or 100 on the Carnosaur.
No value from that, but I think his Tormentor Sword was really well that value was. So.
The skinks are just not enough for. Yeah.
We'll go to
They run
focus.
out of ammo. They hadn't done enough damage yet. Needed some more meat. Well,
But to be fair,
that's.
it's actually how
Yeah.
much are skinks? Against Chameleon
Skinks are worth 600.
Chameleon
600
skinks,
each.
600. So yeah,
That's a fifth of his army right there.
yeah, two
But
of them
the
pay for
thing
themselves.
is, all of his money seemed to be put into the Thunderous one and
Yeah, but that was the
those
main problem.
Cold One riders that did nothing.
Yeah, cold one. Well, one of them did alright, but I think that was the one that
Yeah.
that one only barely paid.
That
for
one
itself.
actually caught archers. The other one ended up
Hmm.
fighting biggins.
Could have done with some more Saurus, because Saurus does quite well in this
Yeah.
matchup.
If he had like if he took those out and brought like 2 or 3 more units of Saurus, because I think those cold ones, like if we go to battles for a second, if you don't mind.
Custom battles.
Yeah, custom battles and go to Lisbon. We can look at the cost because I can't remember what the.
Cold one Spirit Riders are 1,000.
Yeah, they're 1,000 each, so
Hmm.
that's 2,000 gold right there. And the Thunderous one is what?
Very
like,
expensive. I think he's like, where is he?
Yeah.
Where is he? Hello? Oh, there he is. He's down here, isn't he? Yeah, 2,400 gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of
And
money.
you think
for
how much that is? Plus you bring
the
Crocodile
2 cold
on his Dino,
Carnosaur.
and like you can that effect you basically get the same thing with just Mesdamondi on Slack, but you also
Yeah.
get your caster there as well.
Yeah, just put.
130
Oh yeah,
armor.
yeah. You
Also,
mean on the
banishments
big,
would have done really well at clearing through some of those archer lines. One
Yeah,
banishment on
or-
like
yeah.
rusty arrows would lead it.
Or even the trolls, I think.
He can also get extra missile resist from this thing as well. Sunburst standard.
Yeah, so he actually can survive getting shot to pieces.
Yeah, he takes very little damage.
And this is effectively 1,000 to even 1 to 2,000 gold cheaper
Mhm.
than
And this is
trying
like
to
not even
bring.
taking about spells as well when you take off.
Yeah. You just take
But
off
that's
some
like
spells.
2,000 gold cheap. Like it's almost the same price as the Thunderous one is.
Yeah, and sure, he doesn't have a Carnosaur, but the thing is, the likelihood of bringing a Ragnarok Spider versus Lizardman
Or a
is
giant,
a
or
bad.
like what?
Yeah.
What else is there? Like maybe a big one.
There's no real large that's going to be brought that's going to fight you,
That's
other
gonna
than
help.
yeah,
All right then.
yeah,
Well,
and then
In
yeah,
that there.
all that money could have put into Saurus. Like if you had 4 more Saurus, there wouldn't be much the orcs could do at that point.
Hmm.
Like if you had Saurus with spears, they'll kill the stone trolls eventually.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching the first army management building. Just basic battles instead of
And
any
looking
focused
at
on factions.
and also some replays that we
Some replays and
ended up
stuff.
having.
All right,
Yeah,
then,
you can
stop.
send me replays and I'll
Yeah, send
look at them.
replays and we'll have them on here if they're good.
Yeah, and send it to me, Psycho, that guy who is here sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes not. All right,
Sometimes not.
stopping the recording in the stream now. Thank you all for watching and
Yes.
goodbye.
Bye.